So first off, man, I want to say that I never really used Mare, like
Hmm.
unironically. I never really used it, but I've always heard about it, and I know it was really really big throughout the game. I know it was really big throughout the community. And so when I heard about all the shit, I I was like, oh wow, damn, like this is kind of crazy because like this is one of the bigger this is like one of the bigger like more like well known things. So the fact that it just like died and everything, was like very surprising, which I'm sure that a lot of people in the community also shared the same like thoughts. They were like, wow, this is kind of a shock.
Not only to you, I'm gonna have to say it's not
Yeah.
only to you. It's not
Well, yeah.
only to
I,
you.
I would imagine that you were probably the most shocked.
Right.
So I guess with all that being said, man, thank you for like coming on today, and because there's a lot of people that I would imagine want to hear it from like the source, right? Because there's a lot of you know how it goes, man.
Hmm.
There's a lot of shit going around. Some of it's true, some of it's not true, some of it's up to question. You know what I mean?
Yep, I fully understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, hold on. They said they said you're really low. Give me
I'm
one
really
second.
low.
Let me turn up. No, no, no. I think it's on my end.
It's okay. It's just an interview. They don't need to hear me.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay. Can you guys hear him now? Say something. Too loud. Wait, what? Can you say something?
No, I will not say something.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Is this fine?
Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. All right. Okay. So I guess. Okay. So again, thank you for coming on, man. You know.
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah. I mean, no problem, man. I mean, I don't really know much about Mare, so this is actually, and I know we were talking earlier, and you wanted to tell me a couple things, but I said no, I want to stay ignorant because, like, then that way I'll be able to ask more stuff. Um, so basically, okay, can you tell people, and we're just gonna go down the list here. So can you
All
tell
right.
people exactly who you are?
Well, yeah. So I'm Darkarchon or Dark, or most people know me as Royal Floofness, which was my nick on the Mare Discord. I am a software developer from Switzerland, and what am I? What? Yeah, I did Mare. I made Mare, and what else is that to say to me? Actually, not that much. I have like more than 10 years of work experience in the field that I've also did Mare in, practically, more or less.
Oh wow, okay.
And oh yeah, what else? I'm 37 years old, if anyone cares.
Oh, an
And
older gamer. Okay, I'm 40. All right.
yeah,
You know
you're
what happens
saying
at
I'm an
40,
older
right?
gamer. You're 40.
Yeah, you know what happens at 40, right?
You get burst at gaming.
Well, no, something worse, brother. Next time
Oh,
you get
yeah.
a chance, look at the top of my head. It's gonna be your
Oh
future.
no, 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 no,
Oh
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah. You're
Xeno,
in
Xeno,
denial
I
right
have
now. Yeah,
Xeno, I have still perfectly full hair.
yeah. But you also ain't 40 yet. You got a couple more years, or yeah, you got 2, 3 more years. Enjoy it.
I will, I will.
Okay, so okay, for those of okay, because there's obviously, so when you announce like the documents you got, whatever, the Discord shutdown, which the Discord is shut down as
Yes.
of okay. So with all that going on, I obviously like reacted to the information that was out there, and one of the like one of the common things I got is there was a lot of people who play this game on console. There's a lot of people that are pure and virgins, and they're going to go to
Yeah.
heaven, and they've never
Yeah.
experienced mods.
Hmm.
So what exactly is Mare, and like what does it do?
Um, so how do I best explain it? Mare in itself is just a proxy to provide data from one computer to another. Essentially, that's the essence of it. That's what it does. It sends data from point A to point B.
So
So
it's
you
kind of
have
like a
multiple.
telephone. It's kind of like a
It's more
telephone.
like a provider.
Okay.
More like a provider. So you have computer A
Succinct.
with Penumbra, with Glamora, with whatever else plugins there were, Mare took the data from these on your local device and sent it over a server that I ran into another computers with the people who you were paired with. So they could take this data and apply it to their clients locally. So they would see exactly how you look like, since the data is all transferred. So everything from Penumbra, so all your mods are visible, everything from Glamour, so any changes that there would be visible, heals and customized and whatnot. All of the plugins would just be synchronized over. And that's essentially the main thing that Mara did. Like, it didn't really apply mods, it didn't really do anything with the game. It's just like a take data from A, give it to B, and tell the plugins in B, here's the stuff, do something with it. That's essentially what it did.
Okay. One of the things, and it was already mentioned a couple times on the stream earlier, was there are people that are like, good, the cheats are gone. Let's say you raid like that. And it's really funny when people say that, because Mare has absolutely nothing to do with cheating or raiding. But people are so stupid and ignorant that they think when they hear, oh, a third-party program got banned, they immediately jump to cheating. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I
yeah,
don't
so
get the
yeah,
connection at all.
yeah. So I always thought that was really funny, because it's just how ignorant some people are to stuff. Like, instead of trying to learn about something, they just continue to be stupid and just assume things that are completely wrong. So you
Yeah,
mentioned, or
a
sorry, go
lot
ahead.
of people, a lot of people put their head basically in the sand and ignore everything that's around them, as long as it's like, and then they're happy if that thing, whatever was not affecting them, is gone. That's just the
Yes.
nature of the internet. That's
Yeah.
it, that's not limited to Mare. That's not limited to third-party plugins. That's Look at other games and stuff. When they go down, other people are happy about this and stuff like that. It's just the internet.
Yeah. I
It's
never.
sad,
Yeah.
but
Like
that's how it is.
I never understood that mentality. When you would be happy that a game dies, or that something happens in a game that you don't even play. Like,
Yeah,
why?
that's it.
Like why in the fuck would you even care? Like you don't even play. It doesn't even affect you. Like, why would you play? Why would you care? To me, that always leads me to believe that they're a salty little bitch. That's all. Just a self report is, if you're a salty little bitch, that's how you think. Because to
That's
me,
definitely a way to put it.
yeah, like, to me, I can't comprehend. Okay, so like, let's say like, okay, so take like the WoW Exodus. You remember when, like, people were stealing breast milk and WoW was, all the bad shit. Okay, well, I never once was happy that WoW was going through that. I never once.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, yeah, I thought it was funny. Like, I thought, yeah, like, dude, that's like, imagine an employee stealing breast milk. Like that's just fucking funny and weird, so whatever. But I never was happy that WoW was actually dying, because WoW has been like one of, if not the top MMOs for.
It still is,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah.
to be
That's what I'm saying. So obviously it's very important to a lot of people, and it does. And even though I don't play it, it doesn't make sense to me why I will be happy that another MMO that so many people love is going through a hard times, or dies, or well, you know what I mean. Like, it didn't die. It's not dying or anything, but it went through some hard times.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so that never made sense to me. So, like, you take that on like a smaller scale with like Mare, for example. It never made sense to me why people that didn't even use it, like, they didn't even use it. They don't even know what it is, and they're happy that it's gone. That, like, doesn't make sense to me at all. But the question I was going to ask earlier was, you mentioned Penumbra. So what exactly does that do? Because that is not Mare, correct?
No. My Penumbra is a main. I want to say main. It's not a main component. It's one of the main plugins that Mare has been utilizing, just because Penumbra is the actual mod loader. So this takes the data that's on your local drive and tells the game, hey, instead of this file that the game would be loading, load this other file. That's essentially what it does, in a very roundabout way to
Okay,
explain.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's the actual loader for all the visual mods that people install.
Okay, okay, so to get, okay, so let's say, now I would never do this because I don't cheat. But theoretically, in another universe, someone named, Kumachama were to say, hey, I want to make my character look like a bear. I would use, or whoa, not me. Kumachama would use Penumbra to make their character look like a bear. Look like a bear.
Pretty much, yeah.
I see. And then once I get that in, hopefully Kumachama doesn't get reported. I I mean Kumachama could then use Mare to share what they look like to another person.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much the gist of it.
Okay. What made you start developing it? Because you said it was like 3 years, right?
It has been 3 years. Yeah.
Okay, so 3 years ago,
Yeah.
can you tell us like what actually like what made you start developing it, and I guess like more importantly, like what thought originally did you have that like kind of sparked the entire thing?
All right. Yeah. Sure. So. I was thinking back about this because this is still something that I do kind of vaguely remember what happened, since it was actually it was a pretty big step in my life in the end. So over a time, Penumbra has added personalized collections into the plugin itself. So it was possible to assign specific mods to specific people only. So we have been doing in my small FC with friends, we have been just sharing our mods back and forth and tell the other person, hey, I use this mod now, install this and apply it to me so I look properly on your screen as well. And that was like the initial state of everything. And then
Okay, so
I
it
think,
started. So you said, sorry to interrupt. You said,
yeah,
okay. So originally it started from just a small FC, and you guys,
yeah,
you guys like modded your character, and you're like, man, I really wish you could just see this or whatever, and
yeah.
that's actually what started the. Okay, so it started in a small
More,
FC. Okay,
more or less, yeah. So like I said, we have been just sharing mod packs back and forth, so people would have just installed them. So the characters looked approximately how they looked on your screen across the people. Since well, but it's just effort. If you talk to someone, hey, say, hey, here, download this mod, install it, and then apply it to me. It's just effort to do. And in the end, like there was one evening, I've met up with a few folks from the Penumbra server, and we had the same thing. Also shared mods around. Hey, install this, install that. I look like this, I look like that, whatever. You know, like the whole shebang. And we had like 6 or 7 people there, and it was such a huge effort to install all the mods for everybody, so everybody looked approximately the same. And someone came up with the great idea. Hey, what if we shared the Penumbra configurations over
Oh,
the internet?
okay. So what you were talking about was this was like pre-Mare, and you
Yeah,
were
way before.
so basically so like for example, you told one of your friends, hey, this is what I look like on my screen, here's the shit that you need to put in
Yes.
so that I see.
Yeah.
So that seems like a lot of fucking work. Okay.
Yeah, it is a lot of fucking work.
Okay.
But that's exactly what we have been doing. And then, like I said, like there's one evening where we all sat with like 6 people or so sat together and we shared mods around and was like, yeah, okay. What about if we share the Penumbra configurations between each other over the internet? Then we have less effort to configure the appearance of each other. And then someone came up, what if we don't just share the Penumbra configuration, but also the mods themselves? Which was a completely ridiculous, completely badonkers, and absolutely dumb idea. It was the dumbest idea you could have ever imagined because the amount of it was
So
horrible.
okay, so I'm really stupid. Can you explain why that's a dumb idea?
Because mods are big, right?
Okay.
Mods are
Okay.
really big. They have you have like even if you download like a clothes or something from a clothing mod, it's about between I don't know 30 and 150 megabytes, depending on how they're packing it and how they put up the textures and everything. It's big.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. Okay.
it's not insignificant. And transferring a whole character could sum up into a pretty big amount, like I don't know, 300 megabytes, 400 megabytes or something. Or well, during Mare's lifetime, there was significantly more, but that's irrelevant right now.
So that
And
really
so,
adds up over
yeah,
like each character, over each piece. Yeah, yeah, it really adds up. Okay.
it really adds up. And so nobody tried this because this is really a really dumb idea. Like it is legit a very dumb idea. But that didn't stop me. from just trying. Like we went and like, okay, let's just try it. How could this look like? How would we set this up? How would we make sure that there's safety and security and privacy between the people and all that stuff? We set up the project and it just somehow went from there. And then we ended up where we are now.
Okay,
That's essentially.
so basically, when you guys actually, okay, so the very first time, I guess, if you can remember, when Mare was when you guys made Mare, and I don't even know if you
Yeah.
guys call it that, right? But when you actually made Mare, you guys were able to see everybody's characters without doing that really tedious, obnoxious way, like between your small
Uh,
FC.
Yes, essentially, that is what it worked towards. To. I mean, you have to see that you don't just develop something and then it just works immediately. You do it step by step and try to make it work in a way that, well, you do like a small step here, you sync a bit of that data, then you sync a bit of other data. So in the end, you're like, it took like a month or something before we, from the idea until we had like a working prototype.
Okay, okay. All right. So I guess that okay. So it leads me to my next question real fast before like the struggles you guys had. How
Yeah.
so you got okay. So you basically started in your small FC. You were like, holy shit, this is annoying. Let's make something better. So you guys started to work on this. And you said it took like a month. So from the time you started until like let's say because I don't act because like is Mare a part of Dalamud?
Not officially,
Okay,
no.
okay. So then in that case, you would have to go to a separate place to actually get Mare, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
so
much.
then from the time that you guys, like I guess, first had your prototype or you got it running in your small FC, from that until when it went, I guess, quote unquote, live and it was open to the public, about how long did that take, if you can remember?
About 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, all right, all right. I was expecting like 3 months or something. Okay, okay. So that was fast. All right.
Yeah, like you also say you guys, but this is actually like 99% is just me.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just,
No, sorry. When I okay, yeah. Let me rephrase. So when I say you guys, I meant like the
yeah, the
people that were just
testers and the
testing it.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So the
There
people
was
that were
a,
testing it, basically.
yeah, there was like a, after this month when I had the first prototype, there was like, I invited a small amount of people that were testing this internally outside from my FC, and there was a lot of stuff found and shit like that, you know. Nothing is bug free the first time you
Yeah.
try it. And essentially, after these 2 weeks, I deemed it's like, okay, this is fine. Let's just push it public and see what happens. Because this is also
Fuck
going
it.
into the question after the next
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
question. I did not expect that it went from where I was to where it
Oh,
went in a week. I did not expect that response, given that essentially the main thing that I was thinking about. There's also a quote of me flying around somewhere that is, it's a niche of a niche plugin for a niche service for a niche plugin. How popular can this get? This is approximately the quote that is flying around somewhere, and yeah, so because text what I was wanting to say, like there was Textools. Textools was the main thing to install mods, like visual mods at that point in time, and it was completely incompatible with how Mara works. Like it just it didn't work at all with it, and so I didn't think that anything that it would be exploding or anything because so many people were using Textools, and you know that people take time to move from one thing to another. If they're used for something for years, it's really difficult to just swap over to something else, like in this case from Textools to Penumbra. So,
okay. Sorry. I'm really stupid. Can you
okay,
explain text tools just a little bit? I'm sorry,
yeah,
man.
so
I am when
yeah,
it
yeah, no,
comes
no,
to
it's
yeah. The only
okay.
thing I'm good at is developing Splatoon. Okay. Besides
But
that, I
yeah,
don't know
apparently,
shit.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, that, apparently that's the case.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay.
No, okay, okay. So Textools is a program that took Final Fantasy XIV visual mods and applied to the local game. However, the way Textools worked is essentially that it replaced the files in the game structure itself. Instead of telling the game to load a different different file. It told the game, this is your new file. Well, it
Oh,
didn't. So it literally replaced files inside the game structure. So the
okay.
mods, visual mods would not be lying on your disk freely, and the Penumbra would tell, here's the mod instead of the file. But no, the game would just load the file like nothing changed. Like there is no, it doesn't need dollar mode, it doesn't need anything. It's just Textools, a standalone thing. It was and it still is
S-
used to apply visual mods to the game.
So is okay. So is Textools still around, or did it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
get okay? Do people use I guess do people use both Textools and Penumbra, or do you have to? Or
No, usually it's either or.
oh, I see, I see.
Textools, Textools is still used to make mods, like to make visual mods. That
Oh, okay. Is Penumbra like I don't know if I want to word it like this, but more preferred or more advanced than
well,
Textools?
given that you can, well, Textools, if you apply a mod to, say, a clothing piece, it applies it to everybody in the world. There is the game
Oh,
can't
I
tell.
see. Okay.
With
Because it
Penumbra, you can
replaces the
say
file then, right? Okay, so
yes,
like let's
yes,
say yeah, so let's say I'm wearing I don't know, like just like let's say we're both wearing the same like top for instance,
yeah,
but you replace that with nipple tassels. So
yes,
yeah, so that would mean that me and you both would wear nipple
yes,
tassels even though I can't see it.
yes.
Okay, I think I'd be okay with that. All right, so in but Penumbra
Yeah, Penumbra can do it on a singular player. It can say this player has this mod. That's what Penumbra can do. This is not possible with Textools because
okay.
Penumbra is telling the game how to load files, not just uh, replace the file. That's the main thing.
Okay, and would you say yeah, again, I'm not too. I'm really not familiar with
Yeah,
either one of these. So,
no need
i- i-
no need to excuse yourself. It's
yeah.
fine.
So would you say that which one would you say that more people use? Probably
By
Penumbra.
now, by now, Penumbra.
Okay.
By
Okay.
now,
Okay.
definitely. I don't. I wouldn't say it's because of Mare, but it's probably because of Mare.
I okay. Okay. All right. And does I'm not sure if you answered this already, so apologies. But does Penumbra work better with Mare or does
It's
text?
it's necessary. Texttool doesn't work. It won't work. It
Oh,
can't
I
work.
see. Okay. Okay. So then, so then in that case, I guess the timeline, I guess if you want to think about it this way, is Textools came out first, then Penumbra,
Way
then
before. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, then Mare, but then Penumbra became way more popular because of Mare.
You could put it like that. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Did you? Okay. Did you? Real quick. Before
Yeah.
the Mare's popularity, what all issues like struggles did you run into like developing it or when you set it to live? What type of like things happen? Like bugs? Like did anything funny happen or anything like that?
Oh my God, Zeno, you man. This is the
Is this a
initial
loaded question?
one was awful. It was awful. I worked like 60 hours just on this shit every week just to get it running and keep it running in that way. The thing is just,
I'm going to say
I
this
have to
right
admit,
now on behalf of the modding community. We thank you.
yeah,
We thank
no,
you.
no problem.
I didn't even use it and I thank you because the memes and stuff were very funny. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So no, let me try to summarize it more or less.
We.
The thing is, I'm an idiot, right? Everybody is an idiot, but
Yep.
I'm a very big idiot.
I am as
I
well.
I somewhat okay. So we are both idiots. Perfect. So the thing is that I know development. Like I am a full I'm a developer by trade. I do C# by trade. That is also what Mare was coded in the end. However, this whole web stuff was completely new to me. Like the entire web server that you have connections between them, all of this stuff, it was completely new to me when I started this entire thing. And the first weeks or so, it was completely ass. Like there's so many crashes, so many servers just went down. I DDoSed myself by
How do you
having the
DDoS
server.
yourself, brother?
The server code was shit. Like
Okay.
it was legit really shit that I put out initially, and within a week or so, I had already 1,000 active users or something. Like it was a week
Oh
or
wow.
two,
Okay.
and
Okay.
the server went down for some reason, or I had to restart it for some
Oh
reason,
god.
and it couldn't get up anymore because the users with the plugin were hammering it so much that it literally DDoSed it
That's
since
another
the
thing
code
you got
was
to
so
look
shit.
forward to at 40. It sometimes go
So
down, doesn't go
that
back
was a
up.
fun
Yeah.
times trying to tell 1,000 people, hey, please disable the plugin for a moment. I need to restart the server.
Oh, I bet they were pissed.
That is, it was an unexpected outcome. I also had to rewrite a lot of the code back then for this since
Yeah, I bet they were pissed.
they back then it was still actually quite fine. Like, back then it was still all right. People were understanding since it was new and everything was exciting and nobody knows what's going on and nobody believed that this was actually would be actually a thing. But yeah, this was like what definitely one of the things that I definitely remember. Next would be probably a few months into the life cycle. I got actually started getting hit by DDoS, like legit DDoS.
Oh wow, like
This,
from someone else?
yeah,
Holy shit. Okay. Did you ever find out who?
no,
Oh
sadly,
wow,
no,
okay.
nobody made any demands or anything. I just got hit by DDoS.
Wait, so
And
hold on. So hold on. Let me try to wrap my mind around this. Okay, so you mean to tell me that there is some motherfucker out there that has so little to do in their life that they DDoS a server for a third party program that just lets people see other people's mods?
yes,
Jesus fucking. And this is why Twitter is not a real place. Okay, anyway.
it, it,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So I mean, you say this just like here with DDoS, but this is not the only time. The DDoS was a thing throughout its entire lifetime. Like until the very last months, I was still fighting with DDoS attacks. It's
That's
not like something.
insane. I
It's
had no idea. I had no idea that Mare could even be DDoSed. And when you say DDoS, just so I'm 100% correct, you mean like the stupid bullshit like on an MMO, right? Where it like lags you out, you disconnects you,
yeah,
like that type of shit, right?
yeah.
That's crazy to me. I had no idea that could even be a thing. Okay.
It can. I mean, you can DDoS any server on the internet. It's not a big deal. You need to find enough computers that have been infected by malware. There's plenty of those around.
Yeah, that's
And you just
crazy.
send them all to make thousands of requests against the server. And then you have your DDoS. That's the simplest way to do it. And that's a thing also that constantly happened in some way or another. In the
That's
end, I was able
insane.
to. It's literally insane that someone put in the effort to ruin. It's I'm over this, but it was really fucking annoying back
Oh
then.
yeah, no, like I mean, luckily Splatoon can't be DDoSed, so I've never had to deal
Yeah.
with that. But you know, I've played games through DDoS, and I can't even imagine how obnoxious that has got to be for a person like in your position, like some type of developer or something, that has to constantly deal with that. That would drive me fucking crazy.
Yes, it did. I had a lot of sleepless nights over this. Like legit. I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure I got gray hair and lost a lot of sleep over the situation. When you wake up the next morning and you don't know if your server is still up, or if you wake up next morning and you have an email from your server hoster that your server has been attacked again. This is not something you want to wake up to. This is really not something you want to wake up to.
We again thank you for all of the service that you have done. And we got our dicks out right now, okay, for all of the service you have done, and we salute you. So thank you again. I thank you on behalf of the 14 community because that has got to be some of the most obnoxious shit to have to deal with.
Yeah, it is. It was really not great. It was really not great. You, like I said, I was able to deal with it eventually, but it's just not that easy to deal with DDoS. It's just not trivial. And people were making fun about Square Enix getting DDoSed a while ago. I don't know if you remember. There was like a time where I think at the end of Endwalker where the servers were hit pretty hard with DDoS attacks from I don't know
Yeah.
where. and people were losing their minds that Square Enix got DDoS, and I could feel it. I could feel for them back then. I have
Yeah,
to say.
I cannot fathom why DDoS is even a thing. Like it makes me lose hope in humanity that someone is so fucking petty that they would DDoS something. Like it literally it accomplishes fucking nothing. It is
Well,
such a petty fucking little bitch move. It's just crazy. Why
it
would you
is.
care this much about other people having fun? That I can't even fathom having that mentality because it's so far detached from anything that I normally think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. It's the internet hate machines, you know. It's the internet hate machine.
It's insane.
If you give people anonymity, they will do whatever the fuck they want. That's how it is.
So,
But yeah, tangent over. Essentially, this whole story with the first DDoS brought me to implementing Discord authentication and Lodestone authentication for registration. Like people were complaining a lot that they had to now to join the Discord and register using their Lodestone profile and enter a code and stuff like that. But this was also one of these measures that went against that. So I only have legit accounts on my servers, which is all. It was insane. Like I had to wipe everything and do everything anew. It was a wild times the first, I don't know, 4 months or something.
oh wow, okay. Okay, so just to make sure that I have this right. So before you could just download Mare,
Yeah, you
right?
could download
Okay,
it,
okay. And
press
then
register, and you're done.
okay, and you made the authentication mandatory to help with the DDoS?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I
they
see. I
were
see.
also hitting the registration endpoint and creating thousands of accounts, blocking, filling my database with garbage and stuff like that. You don't have open registration. You should
Oh,
never have
okay.
open registration like that.
Okay, so in this case, you mentioned people were pissed, but did
Yeah.
they ever think to themselves like the reason you like there had to be a reason why you did this? Like you weren't just doing this just to do it because originally it,
No,
it wasn't like that. So
no.
I feel like maybe you got some unwarranted hate there when you're trying to do something good, but people think that it's bad. So all right. So did how much did that help? So once you change
It
to
helped
that,
a
I
lot.
guess basically. So if I were to use it, I would have to join the Discord, authenticate on the Discord, basically say, "Hey, yes, I'm a real person." Then I'd be able to use it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. And then how much did this help with the DDoS?
Actually, it helped legitimately quite a bit, since um, it was essentially people were unable to create accounts blindly anymore. So I couldn't help with that at least. So they couldn't spam my endpoint in that regard at least anymore. That was good in a way, but like the actual DDoS, they just move to a different attack vector. That's just what happens. If they find one attack vector and if you close that one up, they will seek a new one and they will just go for that instead.
Okay.
So it helped, but also only in a limited way. On the other hand, there was the issue with the account registration when people had to reinstall their game, they didn't have their account anymore and stuff like that. But this is also something that helped that the registration now, the deliberate registration now helped with, since they could recover their account, get back their pairs and all that stuff. So
Okay.
there was not it's not only DDoS, it was also technically a quality of life that I implemented for people. Even if some people struggled with the registration and some people struggled with keeping their keys alive and stuff like that. But that's a different topic altogether.
So basically, so you did this to not only help with the DDoS, but also make it like more secure as well. And
Yeah.
then okay. So um so then did people like understand why? Because like I imagine you got like you mentioned getting some hate at first, but did people eventually come around to be like, oh, okay, well, now I know why that they did this and stuff.
Some did, some didn't. Some
Okay.
still don't, I guess.
Yeah,
The
it's like
majority probably just accepted it because I ran the main instance, and yeah,
okay.
so they just accepted it, and that was just how it was. I did improve it later with better bot functionality and stuff like that, so it was easier to register and easier to do everything. But that was rather, well, it was later down the line. It was like a year in or something
Okay,
after.
so yeah, at first it was a little rough, but then you actually took additional steps
Hmm.
to make it even better and even easier. Okay, okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And then once you did that, did you still have a lot of man, I still think it's fucking crazy that you got DDoS. I had no idea. I'm still like perplexed by that. Like that is just insane to me that people actually DDoS the Mare server. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have a new
but
low now for my faith
yeah,
in humanity. That's insane.
yeah,
But so okay, anyway, once you got all that up, okay, so originally no authentication, then you had to change that, then you made it
yeah.
better. So like now let's go into like a year. You mentioned like a year into its lifespan. Now things are a lot easier. Things are more secure. People are more happy because all of the shit is more simple to do. Did you have? Were there any issues after that?
You know, when are there no issues?
Oh, okay.
When are there no issues? No, there was that. I honestly, it's been such a turbulent 3 years that I barely remember everything. I remember the start, I remember the end. The middle is a bit murky, is somewhat murky because there's so much shit that happened and so much that I had to implement and change and fix and support and all that crap. It's really hard for me to say what actually happened exactly
Hmm.
one
Yeah.
year in. I know what I did approximately over its lifespan, but I couldn't pin it down on like a specific year, to be honest. It things got easier, but it also got harder since then. At some point, it grew. It
Hmm.
grew in a way that I did not expect to grow, which also covers your next question.
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah, we can move on to the next one. Yeah, yeah.
When I'm here already, like the growth rate of Mare, it was linear until the very end. It was linear. Like a linear curve is just a line that goes up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the account registrations with Mare from the
Okay.
start to the finish. It's just a line that goes up. I couldn't, nobody
I'm
could.
very glad he
I
explained
talked
that
to
actually.
people, I looked at my data, I talked to more people, nobody could understand it. I can't understand it, but that's just how it went. I mean, in the end, I had like what 270,000 registered people or something like that.
Okay, so you had 270,000 people using
Yeah,
Mare.
registered, yes. Whether they still use it or not, that's a different
Oh,
question.
no, no,
I
no. They
think,
used it. They registered. They use it. They're all dirty
yeah,
cheaters. They're all fucking dirty
yeah, yeah.
cheaters. They should feel
Every
bad. They have sinned. And in the eyes of Yoshi
exactly,
P, they're a sinner and they're bad. They're a dirty sinner. That
pretty much, yeah.
to me that's crazy. 220 or something
70,
thousand or how much? 230?
70.
Or sorry. Fuck. I'm like trying to read chat and listen at the same time. 270,000 people. That is a lot of motherfuckers. That is a lot of motherfuckers. That's actually more motherfuckers that play the game currently right now because it's dead. I don't know if you're aware, but it's dead.
I don't
Because
know.
now that Mare is dead, Square Enix has successfully killed off every single player group. So they have literally killed off the raiders, the casuals, the gooners, the Mare enjoyers. Not a single player group that plays this game except for console purity people that are going to go to heaven. Those are the only people that now play the game.
I think that's a bit of a rough take, but I think I don't think it killed it entirely. I'm pretty sure there's still
Dude, he's
some
way
people
nicer
that
than me,
play.
man. He's way
I'm
nicer
not
than
sure
me.
if I if it has such big of an impact. 270,000 sounds big, but like when I look at my overall statistics, I think there was like maybe 50% of the accounts were active over the time span of 30 days, so 130,000 maybe. So it's not that many actually. There was a lot of dead accounts, obviously, since
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was a very old system. Well, it not very old, but it was an old system at that point also.
Okay,
But
so did you ever expect Mare to get as big as it got?
do I give you the impression that I did?
No. Well, I'm just so like okay, so I'm thinking about what you told me earlier. So you're sitting in your FC and you're like, "Holy fuck, this is really obnoxious having to put in all this shit. Fuck this. Let's just fucking make something that is going to be better." And so basically you had no idea that so many people also shared the same thought as you.
No, no,
So
no, no way,
okay,
no
so
way.
so I guess here okay, so here's a question. It's not it's sorry, it's not on here. Sorry,
That's fine.
pop question. Okay, do you think that if Square Enix had a better character creator, do you think Mare would be as be as popular? Because me, I actually don't, because because 14's character creator is fucking dog shit. It is awful. And there are many other games where the character creator is so much better. Like if you look at okay, Korean games for example, right? There's virtually no reason to use Mare because the characters you can already see all of the other characters, right? And like the tits and ass are already out, but for the people that don't want that, there's also like obviously non-sexual cosmetics that are also really good. And I feel like that if 14 had just better systems overall, like like you can't even separate like aura horns from the face or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's yeah.
It's
They're baked
absolute
in.
yeah, it's absolutely horrendous. And if people I feel like that if people had access to much better glamours, much better character creator, there there wouldn't be I mean, I'm not saying like, there wouldn't be mods, but what I'm saying is that the need or the want from the player base would be lower naturally. And I feel like that Mare wouldn't really need to exist so much in other games that had better character creation because like I said, for some people that have never played any other game besides Final Fantasy is horrendous when it comes to making your character. Like it's
It
so
is.
fucking bad, right?
It
So
is.
like
It's not great.
yeah, so I don't know. Would you agree or disagree or what do you think about like the character creator like the base shit?
Honestly, so how can I say it? So I like my cat girl, even if she is not modded as fuck. Yeah. So that's one thing. But you are correct that it is very limited. Like compared to other games, like you mentioned, especially Korean MMOs. What is it? Especially something like Black Desert, I think is the
Yeah.
name. That is like
BDO,
that
Ion, that
yeah.
type of stuff, yeah.
Their character creations, they're nowhere. Like this is like worlds apart between what they have and we have in 14. Um, would it would it make Mar less popular, or would there be not a need to Mar? I don't know. Like I don't know. It really depends on the entire framework around the game. Like in 14, you find mods were like always predominant, even before Dalamud, before Penumbra, before Mar. People were modding their game to stupid levels with Textools and visual modifications.
Yeah, that's
Like
one thing that people don't understand is like a lot of these ignorant people that are just like, good, mayor's gone, cheat less and rate.
nothing will
Yeah,
change.
they have no idea that things existed before this. Like
Yeah,
things existed way before this.
yeah.
It's been going on since like, T or even before T, back in whatever
Definitely
fucking
before
expansion that
T.
was, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just like this doing this in my opinion, actually solves nothing. So,
Yeah. So anyway, but I don't think Mar would have been necessary. I don't think it would have been gotten as popular. I believe that if SE would do a better job with the character creation, would give more options, would decouple things from faces and all that crap. There's so much stuff attached to faces. It's all so super specific, but that's all like based on their legacy stuff from 1.0 and 2.0, and they just kept carrying it and never changed much until today, essentially. And I think if they have done, if they would have changed this at some point, maybe all of this would have never happened.
Yeah, so that was one thing I was going to say, right? Because I don't. Okay, so I don't know if you watch the live letters or not, but on one
No.
specific live letter, they did something that was really fucking obnoxious, and I thought it was a huge waste of time. They spent like I don't know an hour talking about a fucking Lalafell chin,
Oh
and
yes,
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
remember that.
So
Oh my God,
yeah.
yes.
So that actually really pissed me off. And here's why it pissed me off because they spent all of this time talking about a Lalafell chin and the details and all the hard work they put in it. And in my head, I'm thinking, these motherfuckers are dumb as fuck. Why are you spending so much time on a fucking Lalafell chin when there are so many other issues like detaching horns from face, etc., etc.? But these people choose to to pour hours and hours and hours into a single point on a Lalafell's face. That to me just screams incompetence. They have no fucking clue what they're doing or how to prioritize their efforts. And I feel like that this should be a wake-up call for them. Like this
I
should tell them, holy shit, our fucking game sucks and we should probably fucking fix it so people are fucking happy. Now that's
I
yeah,
think they backed
that's how I
themselves
took
into
it.
a corner. I really think they backed themselves into a corner. With the way they set up their game and their game structure and model structure, I think they backed themselves really, really badly into a corner and they can't get out of it anymore. I
So
think that's what's happening.
as okay, so I guess okay, so here's like another question that's not on here. As a developer, I don't know like the different levels of developer. You know, I only know
Yeah.
Splatoon. But from a okay, so from your perspective, I have heard this excuse used a lot, and that's spaghetti code. They can't do it because of old code, because of old code. So, do you like, can you shed any light to an idiot like me on that? Like, are these people correct that it is old code? Can Square Enix actually do anything to change it? Or do you as well not know?
I would have to guess at best
Okay.
because I don't know their code base.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I do know a little bit based on the conversations I have with the other plugin developers, since we are kind of stalking around in their code-ish somewhat in a way due to the way Dalamut works. Some stuff is questionable, and I feel like it's it's a mix between they don't have the resources, because I really believe they don't have the dev resources for this, and um, they don't have the experience. I
Oh,
believe
okay. Okay.
I believe like that their dev, like I don't know, this is like pure speculation on my
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
From my understanding is that they don't have a lot of actual developers. They have a lot of
I see.
artists and
Okay.
other crap, but less people who are actually working on the engine, on the game itself, and so on and so on. But that's
So,
just
or sorry,
speculation
go
on my
ahead.
end. So I can, and if you get new people or more or less new people into the game as a dev, you need to train them. You need to like educate them on the code base, and some ancient legacy stuff can sometimes be really difficult to like pull out of the game without breaking something else. And maybe they get to a point where they don't know what they can pull out, what they can change without breaking something else by accident. But that's
Okay.
just again pure speculation on my end.
Yeah. So if you were to guess, you would say that in addition to being a first, second generation employee, Pirate Software also develops for Square Enix.
What? Sorry,
Oh,
what?
sorry. That was a bad joke. That was a bad joke. Okay. So, okay. Basically, you're saying that some of their devs were kind of shit.
I don't want to say kind of shit. I want to say it's not as easy as you might think. It's never as easy as you might
Yeah.
think.
Okay. Okay.
Or they don't have the resources or priorities, and the priorities are probably set in stone for months ahead by whoever, and then they don't have time to work on something else because
Okay.
they need to push out the patches and get the stuff in, and you have seen 7 point, what was it, 7.3, where there was like a shit ton of bugs just at the
Yeah.
start that should have been
Yeah. Yeah.
found and stuff like that. I really believe they are starving on resources.
So,
That's like my belief. I hope that it's just that and not something else entirely.
Yeah, so in one of the later interviews with Yoshi, he did say that they are having problems with cost, and his cost, like his definition of cost, didn't necessarily mean money. It also
Mm,
meant like time and resources, and like basically, so so I guess one of the things that based on what you said is that their old code may have been shit or some of their stuff may have been shit, but one of the problems is because they have so much to do, they can't go back to fix this at the same
mhm,
time as releasing new
mhm,
content. So
mhm.
okay, so
That's really difficult. It's really really difficult. I notice it in my day job, even if we have like a rather new software that is not super old. I really notice it that legacy stuff is already creeping up there, and you get tech debt. Tech debt is a real thing, and it's
yeah,
really hard to
okay.
get rid until you actually dedicate resources for it.
Yeah, so
And
it's
that's the
like
main thing.
the technical debt is like that. It's like when you make code that's bad, but it's fast, but it's going to fuck you later. But you do it just so you can have something, and it's fast, and you kind of deal with it later. But at this point, it's been so bad for so long that it's going to take more time to go back and fix it than if you just would have done it right the first time or something like that.
More or less, yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so uh, okay, so Mayor, I guess we kind of got off subject a little bit, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, a
But
bit.
but Mayor basically was got way bigger than you ever thought.
Oh yeah,
Basically,
absolutely. Like
okay,
it's insane. I have never expected anything in that level. Like never. I couldn't have dreamed about it. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna make the server. It's gonna be maybe 1,000 people at the end of like 3 months or 4 months or something, and it's fine. Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. After what 3 months, I was already at 25,000 registrations or something.
Jesus, that's
And
insane.
yeah, and scaling became also really an issue because you only have so much bandwidth that your servers can push through to transfer the mods from between the people. So I had to scale my infrastructure up significantly multiple times. Of course, that also associated more cost and everything, which wasn't really great, but it was what it was.
So um, I don't. Okay, I don't actually think there's a question. Okay, so actually, I guess uh, before we ask about the monetization, so what can you tell us about the actual like cost and upkeep of the service? Like, if you don't want to give exact numbers, that's fine. I understand. But like, did it increase over time? Did it like was it
It's I don't really want to give like exact numbers, but it was, let's say I had like 27 servers at the end that I had running in some way or another,
okay? Okay,
and that it started with one, and we went to 27 worldwide over the time. I say we, but it's more like I did. Um, it did increase. I had to scale. I had to scale everything up and up and up all the time. I had to move. I did move servers like for the main server itself, I moved like 4 or 5 times until I found something that was adequate for thing. Because you don't only have bandwidth and shit, you also have the stupid the service itself, like the Mare server, also takes up a significant amount of processing power and memory and all that. This is all needs to be factored in at some point. It's just you need to go up. There's only one way.
yeah.
It's up.
S-
Yeah.
So okay, so again, this was mostly just you doing all of this.
Yeah, I
Holy
developed,
shit.
I supported, I ran the servers, I maintained the servers, I moderated. Yeah, that's
What,
no,
you did
like
all this while also having a full time job outside of Fort or outside of
yeah,
this?
yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna get some dicks out in the chat again
I
because
I
holy
legit
fuck, man.
when I was saying I had like 60 hours weeks of Mara in the first months, I wasn't lying. This was on top of my main job. Like I spent practically my entire free time for about a year to keep everything running and
Jesus.
working properly. Like I'm not joking about this. It was really stressful for the first year, definitely. After got better, but yeah.
So so you mentioned 60 hours a week there at the start. Did that go down any? Did it get easier over time, or
Yeah,
did
yeah.
it get even harder because of the number of people?
It stayed like I did still have to do it practically something every day. Development slowed down towards the end, obviously, because there was like I was practically done with most of the features I wanted. It was mostly maintenance, keeping the servers running and maintaining server code. It did go down over time. Overall, I cannot say how much I actually worked on it in the last few weeks of its existence, but it wasn't as much. But yeah, the first it was
That's
really just
insane.
the first year that was really horrible.
That's insane. I mean,
I really mean it.
that's insane to me, man. That's like, yeah,
I
holy
was really
shit.
dedicated. I was really dedicated. I wanted to provide a good service. Like legit, I wanted to provide a good, stable service for the community. That was my goal from the start.
I mean, like, okay, again, I never used it, but everybody that I talked to absolutely loved it.
Uh,
And so, I mean, based on what I heard, I believe you did. I believe you did. And like like I'm learning all this. I just think that that's so crazy that that much work went into it. That on top of you also having a full-time job as well. So I would imagine that you were probably working like what minimum fucking 16, 17 hours a day for a while and like pretty
yeah,
much only sleeping like when you
yeah.
when you had
That,
downtime.
that was like you could also ask my friends that were like or early people. Can probably confirm this. It was literally hell. It was hell, like legit.
Well,
I don't know why. I don't know why I kept doing it.
well, well, I guess here's a question. Did you like if I were to guess, the reason why you kept doing it was because you loved it and it made a lot of people happy, which I imagine you recognized, and it like kind of kept you going, kept you like motivated.
Yes,
That made
it was
sense.
exciting. It was, it was exciting. It's your baby. You develop something that never was made before. You bring
That's
something to
insane.
life. People enjoy it, and it's really it's a beautiful thing for a developer to see when people are using your stuff.
Yeah.
It's like it gave me a sense of accomplishment and a sense of pride in the work that I've been doing, you know, and that's a really big motivator to just keep pushing through it.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Um, damn, that sucks for what happened, man. Fuck, man, I'm sorry. It really sucks, dude. SE doesn't like fun. That's why they put fellowships in the game. So okay, so I guess we can move on to the next question if you want.
Sure, sure, yeah, yeah.
Was there any monetization in Mare? So like, uh, in addition to this, I guess what I'm also going to ask is like, was Mare a paid service? Were you required to pay anything for Mare? Were there was there a Patreon? I heard there may or may not have been a Patreon. Was the Patreon mandatory? Any of that stuff?
Oh, I'm gonna say it like from the start, Mare was never intended to be a paid service, and until the very end, it was not a paid service. From the start to the finish, if you were just a free player, you could just go and register and use it. I never asked anyone to give me money.
That's
Like
insane.
legit, I didn't ask,
That's
said, hey,
crazy.
you need to give me money so you can use it. In hindsight, it would have been super lucrative to do so.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
And
I agree
people told
100%.
me, people were telling me, hey, you're an idiot that you didn't do it, but I didn't want it.
Yeah.
I didn't want it because for a
I have an
variety of
insane amount of
reasons.
respect for that, by the way. That you could have
Um,
charged, but you did not because you enjoyed doing this. That is insanely like respectful to me. That's
like
crazy.
I legit just wanted to provide a good service for people. I wanted to provide something that people would enjoy. That's all I set out to do. But as things went on over time, people were starting donating me a little bit of money for the server costs, like because I did pay all out of my own pocket at the start. Like I asked nobody for anything. I took the my money and put it into servers. and here you can have this, try it out, see how it goes, right? And after time, people ask me if they can donate me money so I can keep the servers running for longer. I was very reluctant to start a Patreon. I was very reluctant to start a Ko-fi. I did eventually. There was a Patreon and a Ko-fi for like $3 a month where people were able to donate me to keep the servers running, to thank me as like as
I have an
to
insane amount
thank
of
me for
respect for
the
this.
work that I'm doing, essentially. But for the majority of people, it was still absolutely free. There was no reason to pay. There, so like
Yeah, so basically the option you had, it gave them say, "Hey, here's a Patreon, here's a whatever. Nothing is mandatory, nothing is required. You get
I didn't even say
essentially
it here. No, I didn't even say here's a Patreon. There was a FAQ entry somewhere buried in my server that
oh
said,
wow,
"Yeah, here's
okay.
the
Okay.
Patreon."
Yeah,
The
so
the plugin itself never asked for it. Like
yeah,
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
at no
So
point over.
yeah, so just like as a new user or someone that's looking into it, um there was an option, but it wasn't like spammed in your face. It wasn't like an ad or anything like that. It was simply on there just so if people wanted to, if people
Yes.
really enjoyed, really enjoyed the service and they felt like supporting, they could.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. That's crazy to me.
Like
I
the,
have
the,
like I
the
said earlier, man. I have a lot of respect for that. That is fucking crazy because I believe that there are people that if they would have been in your position, it 100% would have been fully monetized and you would have to pay. But just the fact that you chose not to do that, uh, I think that having the option to do that, if people want to, I think that that is like, you know, I mean, obviously completely fine. There's nothing whatsoever wrong with that. If someone says that there is something, they're fucking brain damaged, in my opinion. I think that just because, okay, so like me personally, and this is my personal thoughts, but if I enjoy something, I will support it. Like I will support it by either like, you know, spreading the word or, you know, money here and there. Basically, if I enjoy something, I believe in it and I want it to continue. So me personally, if I would have used it, I would have actually supported. I would have, well, okay. Let me define my support. I would have donated, like I would have supported it like that. Now, obviously, you know, I know not everybody's, you know, in the financial situation to do that or whatever.
yeah,
But I
of
guess,
course.
but I guess my point being here is that the fact that you didn't do it, and because I know there are paid mods, right? And
Oh yeah.
yeah, so here's my thoughts on that. I actually don't mind paid mods to a certain extent. I think that if I'm going to use something that someone did and I really enjoy it, I think that that person deserves like compensation for the work that they've done. Now, some people will disagree, and that's fine. You know, not everybody has to see my point of view.
Mhm.
But me personally, I don't mind. Like, I wouldn't mind paying for this. So like let's say Square Enix was intelligent and they put like, you know, a beard mod on, or not mod, but they put like a beard cosmetic, like a good one besides that fucking ridiculous Santa beard. They put
I
like an
would buy
action.
it.
Yeah. I would buy it 100% because I love Square Enix and I want a fucking beard, you know,
Of course.
but
Yeah.
JP doesn't fucking believe in beards. So it's really fucking obnoxious. So I would pay for the beard. So like in this case, I would have paid for this. But yeah, like I said earlier, just the fact that you didn't require it, I think speaks like volumes. Like it's very very respectable in my opinion that you did all of this virtually on your own, spent all of this time, and you never required any type of payment to use the service. That is insane to me, man. That is insane. And
Yeah, I am.
and and uh like I'm sure there are a ton of people that appreciate the fuck out of what you did. And if they don't, they're dumb. That's it.
Yeah, I got a lot of messages after the sunset. A lot of very encouraging and positive messages. Also, some not so encouraging and not so positive messages. But yeah, mostly a lot of people were sad to see it and thanked me for my time and everything. And it was touching to see. It was very touching to see, I have to say.
Well, yeah, I mean that's really good. I mean, like, because I mean, like, I'll be honest. I really think that you made this game a lot better for a lot of players. Like, even, and I feel like that people, they always say, oh, the gooners, but there are also, like, yes, there are gooners, I'm not arguing that, but there's also people that literally just use this to, like, either RP, or maybe they wanted to see their friend's
Yeah,
character and it had
yeah,
nothing to do with sexual situations or anything like that. And I feel like way too many people completely overlook that, because
yeah. I would say that more people have been actually not using it for gooning, but for actual RP or just sharing their appearances with friends and stuff like that. I would say the majority was like that. There was the obvious, very obvious, blatantly obvious Balmung and whatnot, the quicksands,
yeah,
and
yeah, oh god.
like, let's not talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. I'm distancing myself from all of this. I'm not a gooner. I'm a raider. I don't give a shit about any of that.
Okay.
And and
So,
like,
well, I guess, okay. Well, then I guess that goes to the next question, because you mentioned you distance yourself from that. Um, are there any mods that you don't like, and do you think people take things too far?
let's differentiate here a bit, because from what I understand, you call everything a mod, but I need to differentiate between plugins and visual mods.
Okay,
So
okay.
are we talking about dollar-amount plugins, or are we that modify the game itself, or are we talking about purely visual mods that people put on their character?
So I guess, okay, so I mean, I guess if you want, we could talk about both. It's up to you, but I guess in this case, since Mare is more of a cosmetic mod, maybe we could start with cosmetic mods first. So, like, I guess
Sure.
things like Penumbra you mentioned earlier. I know there's something called, like, Beast mod or something. I have no idea what the fuck that is. So
That
maybe
was
start with those, and not like trigonometry or that type of
okay.
stuff.
Okay, so let's go with just visual. I'm just gonna go with visual mods that only modify your character themselves. And I have to say, a lot of people are very adamant about bimbifying their character, and I cannot get behind that at all.
So you
I
mean
don't.
like really juicy asses and really big
We're
tits?
talking moon-sized
Okay,
asses and
okay.
tits.
Let me send you an example.
Oh God,
One sec.
do I
Yeah, yeah.
want do I
Let me
want to
send
see
you an
that?
example, and you can tell me if this is too much. One sec. Let me find it.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what you. I have seen so much, you cannot shock me anymore. Um, But I'm curious what you dug up.
Uh, One sec. Let me see. Okay, okay. Yeah, that. So we'll go ahead and look at it on stream as well. Would you say that is too much?
All I've seen, no, this is more or less normal, which is the problem
Yo, that's
with this
normal, bro.
community. With this is the problem with this community. No, this is more the upper end of normal. I would say it's a modified body. There's not that much going on there. Sure, they have oversized ass and tits, but uh, it is not as bad as some stuff I've seen.
Oh,
By
okay,
far not.
okay, okay. So there's
By
way worse.
far not. By far. This is tame.
Oh
This is tame.
wow. Oh my god. I'm feeling like oh,
This is
I
really
feel like a
this is really tame.
naive
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
dove
yeah.
right
Yeah.
now. That's
Oh,
tame. Good
that's tame.
God. That's a
That's tame.
fat fucking ass, brother. Like, I want to
Yeah.
die in that motherfucker. There's more. There's worse than that's insane. Okay, okay, okay,
They're significantly worse than this. This
okay,
is really tame.
okay. So so
Uh,
so in your opinion, this ain't bad. It's kind of funny in that case.
it's acceptable. It's
Okay,
acceptable. If
okay,
someone
okay,
is into this, it's whatever. I don't really care. It's not my thing, but if they care, then sure. Not
okay,
not my
okay.
not
So
my problem. This is fine. But there's others that go like way too far, like significantly way too far by oversizing the characters as well and stuff like that.
I
And
saw.
there's also the opposite direction, which I also absolutely find disgusting. And I don't want to really talk about this, but I want to mention it. That the when you go into a direction of Chloe, this is also a thing people do, and they banned
Chloe.
people. Yes.
Is that okay? Is that another mod?
Do you know Chloe Aliapo in where is that in Final Fantasy 14?
Oh, you
The
mean the
small
fucking bitch that never gives me 3 fucking lines on the book?
yes,
You mean
that
her?
one.
Yeah, I know her. Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people literally did, and I have a problem with that.
Wait, so people modified Chloe? Or
And similar, yeah. That's something that I absolutely cannot accept.
oh, I see. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, so the we're not gonna fucking go there bullshit. I
Yeah, we
see.
are,
Okay.
yeah, I don't
Okay.
want to go there. I just wanted to mention this is
We're not.
absolutely
Yeah. We won't go there, but it is obviously extremely unfortunate that people will fucking do that. That's
yes.
like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Yes, that's my fault as well. That is literally my fault. What is wrong with people?
Well, I don't think so. Like, okay, I guess first explain, why do you think it's your fault?
My fault. No, I don't think it's my fault.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said that was your fault as well.
No,
Okay,
no,
sorry.
no. I don't think it's my fault. I don't think it's my fault. I just think it's disgusting. That's
Oh,
all
I
I
see.
think
I
about
see.
this.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Yeah, sorry, I
And
misunderstood.
I disapprove of this heavily.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So obviously shit like that. Okay. So, um,
People have a lot of brain rot in this modding community. It's a real problem. That there's a lot of extremes going on, and that's personally something that I have a problem with. And if you are not in it and you don't like get to know everything, it's you wouldn't fathom how far people are going in any direction with this modding shit. Some stuff is really unacceptable in my eyes.
yeah. So like, when people do this shit, they use what do they use to, um, what do they use to do this? Do they use like Penumbra, or is it
Yeah,
something
yeah, as
else?
well.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
sure.
Okay. So I guess, and like, you probably won't be able to answer this, but uh, as weird as it sounds, is there any type of like, I guess, like, um, weird, like safety factor, I guess, if I can even word it that way, to make it to where people can't do that shit on
No,
certain mods? Okay.
you cannot prevent anything.
I see. Okay. Okay.
You cannot
Okay.
prevent anything, and that's a real problem.
Okay.
And
So
people are abusing that as much.
yeah, so it's
So
just one of those things where, like, while some of these things are really good in certain ways, able to
there's
have that, it's a necessary evil to have the other shit, because you can't stop it. You just simply can't stop it.
yes.
Basically. Okay.
You have like 90% really good stuff with the modding. Like the community makes really interesting stuff from time to time. And then you have 10% that are
That
please
should be online. That, yeah.
burn this with fire and please remove this from my internet. I don't want this here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And that's like this is shit. Type of shit. I also had to deal with moderation and stuff like this. This is a pain in the ass. Let me tell you
Oh,
that.
okay. So you had to. Okay, well, can you go into a little bit of the moderation on that? Like, did you actually see some of this shit and had to ban people from your Discord for
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
using it?
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah,
really? Okay.
yeah, yeah. Or from the service entirely. I did ban people for that crap. It
Holy
is
shit.
it's
Okay.
like this is not a fun mod mail that people are open up and they're saying, yeah, I saw this and this, and you look at it like, holy shit, man, what is going on in your head? Why
Holy
would you do
shit.
that?
Okay. Wow. So, okay. So I guess, so people would, okay, hold on. So Oh fuck, man. I'm sorry. I'm so stupid, man. So okay. So let me understand how this works. So someone does stupid shit like that. They actually upload their shit to Mare so that other people can see it. Those
Yeah.
people that see it are like, "What the fuck?" And then they email you, they contact you, and like, "Yo, you got to ban this motherfucker immediately." So that's actually the how it. That's actually the.
More or less how it
Okay.
worked.
Okay. I
Yeah.
see.
That's more or less how it worked because there's no other way to deal with this type of situation.
Jesus Christ. Like
I was relying on user reports a lot, and I had to deal with this crap, and that was not fun to deal with.
that is just so insane to me that people are so open to
Yep.
like they're just so fucking vile and they're just
Yep.
so open to that that it's like to them it's just normal shit and they try to do this to like they just try to do this horrible shit and people have to see that but in their mind they think it's normal like that is
hmm
so beyond fucked up.
hmm
Jesus.
This is stuff that was the less fun side of Mare. Yeah. It was definitely a very very less fun side of moderating this entire thing.
Yeah, like somebody in chat mentioned this shit, and I think if I had to see those images, I think it would fuck with me. Like it
Yeah.
would, yeah. Like I mean, me, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm weak or something, but I don't like I don't want to see that. I think I would like I think it would like stick with me and haunt me. I guess kind of like seeing a dead body or something. Like it's just something that you do not want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really not great. But we also should probably move on because this is not a topic I really like to talk about since
Yeah,
it's not a
yeah, no,
fun
no, no.
part.
I think you're right. Okay, so let's go on to some of your oh, actually real fast. Do you have any
Yes,
opinion on non-cosmetic mods? Do you
sure. Yes, I have an opinion. I like non-cosmetic mods. A lot of them
okay.
are really good. A lot of people are putting a shit ton of effort into non-cosmetic mods.
Can you give
And
examples?
okay, Penumbra is a non-cosmetic mod in itself. It's a plugin that does the cosmetics, but it's not a modification itself. But I respect the shit out of Otter, like who's handling it and who's working on that. Penumbra and Glamour, this dude is the absolute boss. He, like, I'm not kidding. I really like his work. I often work closely with him in terms of
Okay.
everything, and I respect the shit out of him.
Who is it, or is it okay to say?
He's the developer of Penumbra and Glamora, Otamandias.
Okay,
He
so people are
is
saying Otter, something about
yeah,
Otter.
Otter.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
Otter.
okay, yeah. Sorry for my ignorance. I have no idea who these like creators
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
don't get me wrong. I fucking
No,
like,
no,
dude. I know Cammy on a
it's
first
very
name
good.
basis. I just
It's
don't know
good,
actually
man.
the developer. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, like a lot of QoL stuff in the game that was added through plugins is also really good. For example, something like Engage Timer. I don't know if you have heard of it or seen it. This is something that needs to be in game. And it's like instead of the timer in FF14, right? If
Yes.
you set
Yeah. Yeah.
a countdown,
Hmm.
you get you get the start, and then 5 seconds before it starts, it starts ticking, right?
Yeah. You know what's
So
funny is my so like I don't actually have the plugin for that, but how I
yeah,
can
you
tell
have
that is
trigger.
use ACT. No, I just
Yeah,
look
you
at the
get
yeah, and it should
yeah, you have
definitely be in game.
ACT.
Like I
Yeah.
100% agree. Right when you pull the boss, immediately it should start ticking. 1 second, 2 second, it
Yeah.
should just start ticking
No,
right when the fight
no, no.
goes.
I mean the timer before that, like the countdown
Oh,
timer.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay.
Like, okay, like see, I have been playing Pictomancer, for example, and for me, a 4.5 second. I need to know when 4.5 second is.
Oh, so you okay? So actually, the decimal, right?
Yeah.
It's the
For
decimal
example, I
that's in
need
there. I
yeah.
see. Okay.
Our friend was playing Dancer. He needs to start dancing at like 15 seconds. Someone does a 17-second countdown. When does he know when
Okay.
he's supposed to be starting dance and stuff like that? Shit like
Okay.
this. Just display the fucking timer from 17 seconds down to zero, please.
You
It's not that hard.
you know what's funny about what we just talked about is that even though I thought you were talking about something at first, that just really goes to show how shit the game is because both of what we were talking about should be in the fucking game.
Yes, I agree.
Both
The
should
fucking
be in the
combat
game.
timer, everything. Like they already did copy a lot of Dalamud's plugins into the game already. Like the until what 6.3 or something, we didn't have the icons under the debuff, like
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not the icons, the timer under the debuffs were not displayed. Why? Why the fuck were not there? Were they not there? Just show me the fucking debuff timers. It's not that difficult.
You know what else
People
took
were
them or sorry, go ahead.
what chat bubbles? Chat bubbles is also such
Yeah.
a thing,
Hmm.
man. Fucking
What's
chat
what's
bubbles, man.
crazy to me is that sometimes, okay, so I don't know if you remember or not, but there was a thing that they put in the game where whenever you hit like one of your abilities, like one of your cooldowns, right? So let's say you hit like inner
Yeah,
release or no
yeah, yeah,
mercy or whatever,
yeah,
there's a timer. It tells
yeah.
you, right? Okay, so get this shit. Before they added that, which is crazy, before they added that, if you were to hover over the tooltip, it would be on the tooltip. But
Oh my,
once you
no,
put it on your
no,
hotbar, it wasn't there. Why
no,
in the
no.
fuck was that ever a thing? That makes no
No,
sense to me.
no, Xeno, you're shitting me. That can't be true.
Yes,
Are you
yes,
are you for real? Holy
yes.
crap.
This is the game that you cannot teleport up to the materia melder in solution 9 if your glamour plate is open.
Ah,
This is
Christ,
the same
man.
game.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
another thing that always that always surprises me is like going back to those people that are like, yay, Mare's dead, they can't cheat anymore. These are the
Hmm.
same people that are also happy when they put mods in the game. Like
Yes.
Square Enix does not think of this shit on their own. They're stupid. They're not going to think of this on their own. They're just going to look at what people are using and they're going to be like, "Wow, you know what? Actually, that's a pretty fucking good idea, guys." And then they put it in the game. So just I'm sorry, it just really irks me that people shit on mods so much because it is a proven fact that mods make the game better. And the fact that these people can't see this, it just screams stupidity and ignorance to me, man. And it's a pet peeve. It's really obnoxious because these motherfuckers, they not only say this with extreme arrogance, but they're so fucking loud and annoying about it. And it's just like,
Hmm.
holy
Hmm.
shit, shut the fuck up. You have no idea what you're talking about. And they just blindly follow like Square Enix's TOS. Like it's just crazy. It's like these people, they don't think to themselves, hey, you know what? Maybe parts of the TOS are dog shit. Maybe parts of the TOS shouldn't be in there. Just maybe, just a thought. I don't know. But they so blindly follow it like sheep. And it's really annoying to me because without like people using these mods and then, because Square Enix loves to take a mod, they'll ban the guy that uses it, and then they'll put it in the game. They'll do that. But without these mods, I truly believe that Square Enix would have never implemented them. Never. Like, we don't even have a fucking friends list that is not on dial up. When you hit the
Right.
fucking friends
Yeah,
list,
yeah,
you hear ooh, that's what you
yeah. The
hear
friend,
every time you open it up. It takes like 9 years for it to fucking load. We don't even
yeah,
have
the
that.
friend list is awful. It's
Yeah.
awful. They implement. They don't. They could at least implement a search or something for that. They don't even have a search. They have nothing. The friends list is just a bare bones construct. This is it's frustrating. Let's put it like that. It didn't change since when? I don't know. It didn't change since I started playing, and that's all. It have been a few years since then.
Yeah. So one thing that people have brought up time and time again, right, is that JP has really stupid laws about modding third party. It's like illegal and
Yeah,
shit.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So my like, I guess I don't know if you want to call it an argument, but my point of view to that is why? Like, why? JP, like this game is not just specific to JP. It's worldwide. So, in my opinion, they need to make it more like they need to open their mind to the fact that, we don't agree with these stupid nonsense shit that you guys do. And maybe, just maybe, that it's stupid nonsense. So you should just, you know what I'm saying? Like, see things from a different perspective, see things from a different point of view. Because the fact that like modding and shit is illegal when so many other games they have modding available and they've been extremely successful, that to me is just ridiculous. that's just stupid. That's just, why are you limiting yourself to that? It has never made sense to me. Never.
Yeah, but what you're gonna do? There's not that much we can complain all we want. In the end, it's their decision whether
Yes.
they are
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah. Yeah.
listen to NA and EU players about their opinions on modding and whatnot. That's an entirely different question. And so far, I think they don't really give a shit.
Like,
But yeah,
based on history. So like based on now I know Mare got shut down. You got the cease and desist, the document, whatever. That's like later down. And we'll talk about that later. But I like, don't get me wrong. It's their game, their TOS. We
it
cannot
is
be surprised when this happens. And I'm,
exactly.
yeah, and like, I don't think that any normal person or any person with, like, the average brain is saying that they can't do this. Okay? I don't think so. It's just, why are we here? And I think that, like, for me personally, that's the main problem. Like, I have never once said, "Oh, Square Enix is fucked up for doing this. They have no, legal right to do this." I've never said that. They always have the right. And if they want to ban something, that is their right. But I'm just questioning why. Like, why waste the time? Like, it's going to accomplish nothing, in my opinion. And we'll see if I'm right, a couple months down the road. But, based on what people are saying, based on the things I've seen, I am going to be proven to be right. And there's a lot of people that also share my opinion. It's just not like mine. There's also a lot of other people, and which is actually a later question. But my point being is that, like, I think that it is okay to question things. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I think it's okay to question the TOS. I think that if something has rules and laws, yes, you have to abide by them or you will face the consequences. But that doesn't mean, in my opinion, that you can't question it at least. Like, you can't ask yourself, is this really helpful? How many people is this going to affect? Is this really going to be effective? The fact that they're doing this, like, are they wasting their time? Or, I guess the best one, does this does this piece of TOS make sense? And to me, no, it doesn't make sense. So I'm not questioning the legality of it. I'm questioning the logic behind it.
The sense, yeah, the
Yeah.
sense of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely get that. No, I get it. But yeah, like you said, we have to abide it by it anyway, whether it makes sense or not. But that's ultimately, sadly, not up to us or anyone else, but the people at SE.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Sorry. We got a little off topic. So,
It's,
so,
it's all
okay.
right.
Do you want to move on to the next one? What
Sure.
are some of your favorite mods?
Yeah, I mean, I did mention already, like, Penumbra and Glamour is great. I love the work that like, I appreciate everybody who's making plugins. Like, anyone who makes plugins, who works for the game for free. Like, people have to realize everybody is working on everything for free. Nobody is getting not getting paid for this. We have dozens of enthusiastic developers in the XIV scene that are doing amazing work to get any of this running, to make any of this happening. And it blows my mind, even my mind, that it goes so underappreciated for everybody.
Yes,
Like,
I agree. I agree.
it's absolutely mind-boggling how much time, and you cannot,
That's
like,
why I have
I
a lot of
cannot
respect for
state
mods,
for
man.
anything for anyone, obviously, because I'm just myself.
The mod
But
creators.
from what I've seen, how much time and effort people are investing into this community and the whole, I don't know, you know, th- this game and the love they pour in. I applaud every developer that does everything, that does anything for this game. Especially those who don't want anything from it and don't see anything from it except their own gratification, essentially. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like for me, There are certain mods that should just be in the game all the time. There should be cami to a certain extent. So like, if you're going to go
Yeah.
to the Dalamud Superstore, you're going down the different aisles. You see Cammy, you see Alex, the greeter Alex. Hey, how you doing today? Oh, doing great. You're in the Dalamud Superstore. It's amazing. It's a great time. I think that one of the mods that needs to permanently be in the game is Cammy to a certain extent. And the reason why is because it's really fucking obnoxious that they are making these bosses so fucking big that you can't even see the top of the boss. And what's really ironic about this is that one of the things they put in is the cast bar. But the
Up on
thing,
top of the boss.
the cast bar is on top of the boss. Well, that's not fucking helpful if you can't see the top of the boss. So, like, they need to increase the zoom. And I'm not talking about going to space. Okay, I'm not talking about being in the spaceship,
Yeah. We
seeing
don't need
seeing the
UAV
Earth,
online, right?
right? I'm just talking. Okay, so like, I'll just be blunt. According to Cami, the default zoom is 20. Okay, well, not me, but Kumachama sets his to 24. So not a lot, not crazy, but just enough to basically have like a widescreen view, because I think it's really fucking dumb that that if I want to accomplish that view, I would need to buy a widescreen. Okay, now I don't want a
Ultra wide
fucking
one, right? Yeah,
widescreen,
yeah.
man. Like
Yes.
not everybody likes that shit. And like technically widescreen is a little bit pay to win if you want to get in the tech, if you want to get technical, actually, because your point of view is much much better on a widescreen. That's
Yeah,
if
you
you
have
activate it.
more.
Some people don't
Yeah.
actually use it, but you have to activate it.
Yeah, you have more horizontal FOV. That's the thing I think that you're looking for. Yeah, you have more
Yeah, well,
horizontal
yeah,
FOV because it's just wider. So yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
a
it
it's
also
a
gives
pay
you a little
to
bit more
win.
vertical too, actually.
Does
And
it?
yeah,
Okay.
it does. And to me, that's actually more important. Is the vertical, not actually the horizontal.
Okay.
Because I personally I don't like having like my camera up my character's fucking ass and not being able to see shit. Because like when
Mhm.
you do fights like top or something where you fight Omega and the boss is so huge, like
Yep.
I'm literally fucking like out with a deformation and I still can't see the top of the boss. Like I would have to pan my camera down to the ground and look up, like some fucking POV from a film, and I don't want to do that. I think that I should just be able to pan my camera out just slightly.
No, I agree. I agree. This should be changed from the game's perspective. They need to do something, but the chance that they will do something is relatively low.
Yeah.
To be fair.
So, like Cammy, I think should be in the game. I think that every single person that has ever, you know, got a call from Alex or perhaps did a little bit of shopping down in the no clippy aisle, I'm pretty sure that 99.99999% of those people would say yes, put that fucking shit in the game. Because okay, so I play on NA servers, and sometimes the fucking delay is so bad that I can't even double weave without clipping, and my ping is 40. So it doesn't get much better than that. So if I have issues double weaving sometimes, that's a fucking problem because the game is designed for you to double weave. Like it is designed.
It is designed for it, but you have to consider that the people who are developing it, testing it probably against local servers, and then you just don't notice this. I'm not sure why people are, why it's being ignored anyway, because playing this game with like over like 100 ping is practically impossible.
It's pretty
100 is
fucking
already
bad.
like, it's
So
impossible to do it. Okay, you can play it, but I'm talking about playing well,
yes,
not just
yeah, yeah,
playing
yeah.
it.
Like enjoying yourself. Like so. Okay, so in addition to my NA friends, I also have like really good friends on EU, And you know, I've actually met them in real life. Man, I love those guys. You know, and so sometimes I raid with those guys. And when I have to go to an EU server and, you know, the game is just up, all the cousins are out of town, they're like, whoa, patch, you know, because the cousins, they run from they run from patches like the plague. You got to, like, you know, call them and coax and slowly coax them back in. No, it's okay. It's okay. So when they're gone, I have to play with that miserable shit. And I specifically will play Warrior and like pretty much Warrior only because ain't no fucking shot that I am playing Dark Knight on an EU server with like 140 ping. That shit
Yeah,
ain't
you can
fucking
forget
happening.
that. Yeah, you can forget that.
Yeah. Like that shit ain't fucking happening. So like no Clippy, be in the game. Cammy, to a certain extent, be in the game. There's a lot of other stuff like that. Like rating and stuff like that. So I think I think I cut you off and I didn't mean to, but besides
This is perfect.
Penumbra, yeah. So you mentioned Otter, which is the developer of Penumbra,
Yeah,
or
he's
okay,
the
okay.
developer.
So were there any other mods that you really liked?
That I really enjoy. Dude, I don't know. I have so many I can't remember, and but I also haven't launched the game now in a bit. To be, I'm gonna be real here because of well reasons.
Yeah.
Rate tier is over, and there's nothing to do for me right now, so I haven't really launched. I need to think. For me, it's like generally, if something improves my QOL and doesn't go into botting territory, I'm perfectly fine with it. I don't need the game tell me where to go. I don't need the game to play itself. But some stuff, I don't know, would be helpful to have. I would love to disable, for example, disable a few of those, these confirmation boxes in the game. When you example enter
Oh
a
God,
house.
are you talking about when you like delete a piece of gear and it always, or sorry, when you're trying to
Yeah,
throw a piece of gear out and it always pops up? Would you
yeah,
like to throw this
yeah,
away? That can
yeah.
fuck off, man. That is really annoying. Yeah.
It's stuff like that that needs to be go that needs to go. It's obnoxious. Then okay. One thing I definitely remember is fucking simple tweaks. It's a collection of QOL for the game. It's probably the
A
most.
plugin that's not so simple.
It is not so simple,
Yeah.
yeah, not anymore. But like, it has so much QOL stuff in there. It's insane. Like, if SE would go and take all of this and just shove it into the game, it would be like 10 times better, unironically,
Yeah.
immediately, without anything else changing. Because there's so many things that Simple Tweaks does for you in the game that improves it. That's insane. Like, also, big respect to the dev. Big respect to all devs. Again, I'm pretty sure like half of the Dalamut team is currently listening in, and all plugin devs are listening in right now. Big respect to all of you, whoever is listening. Keep up the good work and
Dicks
stuff
out.
like that, right? Okay,
Dicks out,
that's
boys.
all I wanted to say to that right now.
We salute you. So yeah.
Right,
So I actually didn't know that. So that plugin is called the Yes Already. The
that
thing.
exists. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that that allows you to skip some of the boxes. It's pretty handy. It's not legal from Dalamut perspective, but it's pretty handy nonetheless.
Oh, wait. Okay. So when
But
you say it's not legal from Dalamud perspective, what
I
exactly does that?
mean,
What exactly does that mean?
neither is Chemi, neither is NoClippy, none of these plugins are in the main repository of
Oh,
Dalamut.
so
Like the
okay. So that's why the Kumachama had to take that link and put it in the experimental tab.
exactly.
Okay.
But so neither did Mare or Penumbra or Glamour or whatever. It's all a lot of the stuff is not in main for various reasons. But I mean, I understand the Dalamut team has their own restrictions on what they allow or don't because of probably because of publicity. They don't want to be associated with cheating plugins or something like that. And some
I
people could
okay.
associate
Yeah.
Chemi with cheating, or no Clippy with cheating, stuff like that. They don't want that. They keep it out, and that's perfectly fine. That's on them.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, well, okay. So I can understand that for like no Clippy and Cammy, but yes already? That's not in there?
Because
That's kind of weird to me.
because it does automatically click on stuff for you. it could be seen as
Oh,
blocking.
I see. So technically, because okay, no, I understand now. So
Yeah.
technically, because it automatically clicks, there's that sliver of like bot potential that automatically
Yes.
does. Oh, okay, I understand now. Okay, so it makes
This
sense.
is
Yeah,
this is why it's not in.
yeah.
Also,
Okay.
I also didn't really want to mention it by name, but since you did it already, I don't really give a shit anymore.
Oh, wait, which one?
Yes, already.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I didn't mention it. A bunch of cheaters in chat did, so they
Yeah, I'm
just
pretty sure
exposed
that.
themselves.
Yeah,
Congrats! Now you're going to be reported.
yeah, the
Um,
dirty cheaters in chat that
yeah.
mention illegal plugins. It's
Okay.
impossible, incredible. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I couldn't start like legitimately saying no. There's just too much to mention. I'm gonna be real here with you. There's just too much that I use regularly that I don't partially don't even know anymore how much of this game is actually still from my own game and how much is QOL that has been added through a plugin for me.
Yeah. So like, so when I think about that, right? Because I have some stuff that I sometimes forget that's even on. Well, not me, but Kumachama. So
Hmm.
Kumachama tells me that he has some stuff that he can't bear to live without. And some of these
Hmm.
like unbearable things, well, there'll be a patch and his zoom will just be all the way in.
Yeah,
And
that's how it is.
so he'll forget that he even had it on. So like when he tells me this stuff and I think about it, I think to myself, not, oh wow, these mods are bad. I think to myself, holy shit, this fucking game is bad. So the
At least
reason, yeah,
yeah,
so the reason
yeah.
why I think that is because Square Enix has stated before that they don't want us to use mods. Okay, I get it, I respect it, but the problem with that is that they're not doing anything to help that. They say that, but they're not doing anything to help it. Now, maybe it is because of, you mentioned earlier like cost, time, resources, development, I understand that. But at the same time, it just really makes you think how far like behind this game is when it comes to just simple quality of life stuff that should already be in the game, that is, it's just not. Like, why isn't there an option to always say yes to getting rid of a piece of green gear that I'm never going to fucking use? Why do I always have to say yes to that? It doesn't make any sense to me. So like,
To be fair, a friend of mine accidentally threw away one of his ultimate weapons because of that, so that wasn't great.
ooh.
So that can also happen. So for something like that, you might want maybe the confirmation that you actually want to throw it away.
you know uh actually there should be a filter in the game to filter by rarity.
Oh yeah, but let's not start with the
Yeah, I know we're
inventory
getting, no,
thing.
we're getting crazy. We can't
Let,
even
let,
use the teleporter with the glamour. Let's not talk crazy here. Okay.
let's not let's not be insane about
Yeah.
the small demands only.
Dude, okay. This is the situation we're in. We are in a situation where thinking that automatically clicking, or well, not clicking, but having an option to automatically discard green items and below is crazy and insane, and SE would never do it. I
It will
just want to
not.
think
They
about
will
that
not.
for a second, because this is where we're at right now, and it really depresses me that this is the truth. It
Yeah,
depresses me greatly that this is the truth.
it's not great. This is very true.
Okay, so okay, do you want to move on? The big question.
Sure, let's move on.
The
Let's go. Let's
the
go. Let's
big
go to
question. Okay.
big question.
Because there's a couple things here that I wanted to ask. Because like I said at the beginning, there's some rumors going around, some stuff like that. Basically if you can shed more light. Now, before we talk about this, I want to be perfectly clear to everybody that there is probably going to be some stuff that you literally cannot talk about, and that is okay. For those of you that don't think it's okay, you don't know how like legal shit works, okay? So just shut the fuck up already and just move on. Some things, depending on the situation, depending on the legality of it, You literally cannot talk about it. So, with all that being said, okay, when you got the cease and desist order, what did you do? How did you feel? Like, what information can you tell us?
Honestly, I'm not sure how much more I can tell you given my statement that I did on my Discord, to be
For
real.
those, yeah. So, just real quick, for those of you that, or sorry, for the people that didn't actually see the statement, uh, can you maybe link me the statement, or
Yes.
can you repeat the statement just so
Yeah.
people? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can repeat it. I can add some more stuff. So essentially, what I said is that I have to shut down or sunset Mare, that I received a legal inquiry regarding the project, and I reviewed the situation with my with counsel and wind it down. And the date for winding it down was the next day, essentially. So that's essentially the timeline. I got a legal inquiry, and I talked to my lawyer, and after detailed talks about the situation,
Mm-hmm.
I made the decision to take everything down. I did not want to make the decision. It hurt me like hell to make the decision, even if people are on the internet and telling me, like to tell the opposite. It was absolutely awful for me to do it. And yeah, I mulled over the entire day about this, what am I gonna do? I got it in the morning, and the announcement was at 8 in the evening. So after the whole talks and after I talked with several people that are close to me, with personal friends as well, with my lawyer and with other developers and stuff like that, and it's I decided that it is not worth to try to fight a legal battle here.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. So I have actually been through some legal stuff as well, and everything you just said is textbook what you need to do. You receive it, talk about it with the lawyer, handle it. You don't talk about it. And I can say that from experience, 100%. And the people that don't see that, they are either one, ignorant to the entire situation, they've never been through any type of legal thing, or they're just dumb. But everything that you've just said, you get the document, talk to your lawyer, shut the fuck up, do what you need to do. That is exactly how a person is supposed to handle it. That's it. Like, end of discussion. So okay, I'm going to slip another question in here. People, now, if you cannot tell us, that is 100% okay. And if people are not happy with that answer, they can fuck off. Can you tell us if it was Square Enix or someone else that sent the cease and desist?
I don't want to talk about this.
Okay.
I cannot, I shouldn't talk about
Yeah,
this.
that is 100% fine. And people that do not accept that answer, they can fuck off. So let's go on to let's go on to the next rumor,
Okay.
or to this rumor. Now here's a post that was put on Reddit.
Yeah.
I'll link it. I don't know if you've seen it. Someone posted this to me, but basically they say this.
Yeah.
When you know the Mare dev just wanted to quit while dodging all the blame, but you can't prove it. So this person has a meltdown over Twitter breach meetup. Servers can't keep up. I have no idea what that means. I don't have any context to any of this stuff. Okay, so I don't even know if this is like, I mean, it's on shitpost, but every shitpost stems a little bit from reality, right? And this isn't the only time that I've heard this. I've also heard other stuff like people donated a bunch of money to you and then you said, fuck it, I'm done. And you just took the money and you like bought a new house or something. People are saying like, scummy shit like that. So like while this is on the shit post, yes. And while, this may or may not, be a joke. There have been other stuff very similar to this that is being said. So even if this is purely for a shit post, it does stem a little bit from like, what someone else posted or something like that. Uh, can you tell us like any information about this or any rumors that you've heard, or like, do you want to squash any of this basically?
I honestly, I don't know where to start with this because, like, wait, my cat is doing weird things. Okay, yeah, ignore her for now. So the thing is, no matter what I say here, no matter what I say now, people will believe whatever the fuck they want to believe,
Yes,
right?
that is true. Yes.
That's the thing. I can only tell my story, how it is from my end, and I cannot say like this is not a trial or anything, so I cannot say I have to plead the truth or whatever.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
talk.
no, no, of course. And if you don't even want to comment on this, that is 100% acceptable. You don't
No,
owe these people anything. The service that you have done for this people or for these people has been absolutely insane. And you don't owe these people a single fucking thing. You have changed, like you've made the game better for a lot of people, and you did it for basically free, and you did it basically for yourself. So these people that are out trying to get you for this stuff, based on the evidence, based on like this stuff, like they can fuck off. So you don't owe them anything. This is just purely how much you care about squashing these rumors. Yeah, this is mostly just that, like how much you care, because you are absolutely right that it does not matter what you say or how much facts that you actually present. There will simply be people that do not believe you. And that's just the way it is. So anyway, yeah.
yeah, that is yeah, like you said, that's just true. That's just the truth of it. People won't believe me anyway. I can say what I can say. There is some truth to some of these shit posts. I did buy a house, yes, but I bought a house in Switzerland. They are very expensive in Switzerland. I did not buy it with Mare money. I had told you, I'm a dev, right? I've been working in this field for I don't know how long. I don't have much expenses. I saved up money and shit like that. I bought it from my own. Like it's not that Mare made me a multimillionaire and I bought like a fucking house, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This is a
Well,
this
if
is a
anything, it sounds
ridiculous
like you
statement.
lost money from Mayor, but I mean, and like it sounds to me like if you would have charged people for Mayor, you would have been in a much more, I guess, lucrative situation. But anyway, yeah,
Yes, I'm, but I'm not. Like, I cannot speak in detail about the income or expenses that I had with Mara. This is not information that I am willing to just share out into the wild.
yeah,
I think that might be understandable to some degree. I did not beg for donations like the shitpost said. I don't think I have ever legitimately asked, "Hey, give me your money." I don't think I have made an announcement. Maybe I did at some point, but that was probably long ago. And like I said, the donations were also completely optional, and you were never prompted to do so. People just decided to.
Well, I feel like
Okay.
that. I feel like that. No matter what you do online, if you have any type of like link to for you to receive like a donation or money of any kind, regardless of what you're trying to do, even if it's not required or mandatory. Um, like sometimes I get people that are like, people shitting on me and they're like, Xeno just begs for subs all day. And it's like, no, I don't do that at all. Like I've never done that. But these people, for whatever reason, they're salty, they're jealous, they hate their lives currently, so they feel the need to like shit on others. So I feel like that it doesn't matter what you do, if you have any type of link or anything to support you in any way, people will use that, twist
Yeah,
it, and use it as a
yeah.
weapon.
It is very easy to use as a weapon. And also, I have to admit, the timing is awful. Like, I'm gonna be real. The timing between me moving, because I did move at the start of the month. That was a thing. Between me moving and me getting the legal inquiry,
Oh, I
It's
see.
just
Yeah, right.
it's
Okay. Yeah,
awful.
yeah.
Like, there's like I can understand that people start to think that based on the timing alone.
Hmm.
That oh yeah, now he's done, and he can shut it all down. Like, I can see people thinking that because the timing is really shit for that. But how am I supposed to time something like that? It's just so stupid. I I really have a hard time wrapping my mind around these pure allegations that people put out, because I don't understand why they would think I would want to destroy a love child of mine. Something
See,
that I helped build for 3 fucking years, that I spent so many nights sleepless and working on this shit. Why would I want to fucking destroy it all?
yeah, so that was actually, I was going to mention this because to me, it doesn't make any logical sense. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Like, I mean, we just met, like a couple
Yeah.
days ago. So like, I mean, I definitely could be wrong. I just don't think I'm wrong. But to me, it doesn't make any logical sense why you would work so hard for virtually free, put so many hours into this for 3 years to then all of a sudden take money that you didn't ask for, buy a house, and then say, fuck it, I'm done. Like, to me, that doesn't make any sense because that mentality is a mentality of a person that asks for money, requires the money to use this program in the first place. So let's say for instance that you required people to do this. Like you required people to pay for this. And then after a couple years, you got like, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then you just said, okay, fuck it. I'm out. I got my 500 grand. I'm out. And you just bought a house. That is much more believable than a person who has literally done this for free, helped people, never required payment. The only thing you've done is require them to go to the Discord, but there is a reason for that because of the DDoS. To me, it just doesn't make logical sense why you would all of a sudden take money that you never asked for and just say, you know what? Fuck it. I got my house. Woo, throwing a house party. No mayor invited though. That doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't make sense to me either.
And
But I'm mid in this situation, so
yeah, like another thing that I really, I don't know if I want to use the word sympathize or not, but I feel bad for you that you have to deal with this shit. And the reason why is because one, a project that you've worked on for so long, put so much energy into. You probably have put more energy into this than some people have worked at their jobs, okay? If I'm being real.
yeah, I'm probably
And
probably probably true. Yeah.
so like that idea, this thing that you created and spent so much time on, you put so much like, effort into, that has got to be beyond heartbreaking to lose. And on top of that, you have people saying that you never cared about it. So it would be like something that you love, dying, and then people saying, "Oh, well, you let it die. You never cared about it in the first place." Like I am like I mean, I think about that and it makes me sad because to me, based on, everything we've talked about today, based on what I know, that doesn't that doesn't seem like something that you would do or a person in your position would do, rather, not just you specifically, but a person that you would do. So it's kind of like a double like punch in the gut. It's like, one, you lost the mayor, and then in addition to that, people are saying that you never cared about it in the first place. So to me, it makes me feel extra bad because, and these people, they have, as far as I know, these people don't have any evidence to support this. I haven't seen anything,
No,
but then again, I
it's
haven't, I'm just going by what I've seen, but they don't have any
yeah.
evidence to support it. So for that, like, I feel really bad for you, and I'm sorry that you've had to go through that.
Yeah, I thank you for the sympathy. It's just, yeah, I want to say you get used to this kind of shit when you're in this community, with baseless allegations and other crap that's being talked about you. But this one hurt me. This allegations just hurt me extra bad. Because like you said, it's these yeah these 3 years I'm not gonna get back. These 3 years that I invested, I'm not gonna get back in any form or fashion. It's a for me. It's a personally. It's a tragedy. Like the the dissolving, stopping everything, shutting everything down. It's a it's a it was my life for 3 years there,
Mm-hmm.
you know. It was literally a big part of my life for so long, and it's just as someone rips something out of me. It's just suddenly you have
I mean,
something,
yeah, I can imagine.
next day you wake up and it's gone.
Yeah,
And
it's like that thing you were used to for so long, and now that it's not there, and there's like I guess like a
that's the
hole in
whole.
your
That's the
life,
whole. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mara is my. I don't want to say it's my child, but it's like my child. I grew it and made it to what it was in the end, and I was really proud of what I've done. I was really proud and happy that I got it to the point where it got at the end. Like, if that makes any sense.
yeah. Well, all right. So I try to be a glass half full kind of guy. So like, I'm not trying to diminish any of the negative stuff that has happened, like to you or anything. But I guess what I'm trying to or how I'm trying to think about it is that even though this is super, super bad, there is a little bit of good that came out of it. And that good is that those people that use this will always remember those times. Like,
Yeah,
I am sure that those people had a ton of insane times, regardless if they're fucking cranking the hog or RPing, you know? Regardless, they had really good times. And those times were because of you. So even though it's gone now, that doesn't take away from all of the good times that a lot of people experienced. Because I mean,
yeah,
you
you're
mentioned
right.
like 270,000 people. That's a lot of motherfuckers. That's a lot of experiences. And I think that, you know, even though it fucking sucks, I do think that because people will remember that, like, because I'm gonna tell you that Mare has gone down in history in Final Fantasy 14. No one can dispute that shit. Like, there's gonna be stuff that comes probably afterwards, which is actually like, one of the later questions, but and we'll get into that in a second. But I fully believe that people are gonna remember Mare. Like, Mare was like what? It was the first, right? Like, it was the first thing to share
Yeah,
the mods, right?
this in this way, yeah, definitely. I pioneered this. Yeah,
Yeah. So, like, I know that it sucks, and it's probably going to feel like shit for a while, but eventually it won't. And when it doesn't, I don't know if you'll find solace in this, but at least people that used it will still have those memories, they'll still have those experiences. And honestly, I know some people that they don't even play the game without their fucking mods. So you probably, because of this, you probably kept some players playing the game. Now, I'm not saying like, a metric fuck ton or anything like that, but I am saying that there is a good chance that some players purely played just because that they wanted to either RP or they wanted to do whatever, they wanted to crank the hog, whatever it is, right? Your like Mare kept those people playing to a certain extent, right? So I feel like that it's unfair to just say, oh well, no one's going to care about Mare, because that's not the case at all, I feel.
yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I'm pretty sure I did touch a fair amount of people with this. I have heard a lot of messages like, "Oh, here, yeah, I met my wife through Mar and shit like that."
Oh
And
wow,
that's
that's
great. Like,
crazy.
holy shit, you met your wife through my plugin. That's
That's
amazing.
fucking
Like,
awesome. Yeah.
that's like, dude, congratulations. Like, this is really great. If people are, it did connect people in the end. And that's a really nice thing that you had this you made connections with people in some way or another just due to this shared experience of modding together, and it was nice. I also made a shit ton of friends through this project, which I still keep in contact with, and who are probably sitting in my Discord right now and listening to this. Hello, people. And it is it was a unique experience. I grew a lot. I learned a lot. Like, this is not something that can be taken away from me. This is definitely not something that can be taken away, because I learned so much about all of this from a professional perspective, because I am a dev. This is still my part of my work, kinda. Well, I can use it for my work in the future because I learned something here. So that's actually helpful. It did help me grow in a lot of ways. And so yeah, you're right. These 3 years, they might be gone from work-wise, but the experiences will stay in thousands of people's heads forever. Or, well, as long as they can still remember that they have played FF14 at some point, I guess. But yeah.
Well, I'm never going to get that image of that fat, juicy ass twerking in front of me out of my mind. Okay. And that's just tame, apparently. So,
That is that's his name. Be glad you haven't seen my SFW channels in my Discord.
okay. So, do you want to go on to the next one? Like, if you could go back and do things differently, would you?
This is really a difficult question. There were some things that I don't think were good in Mara. Like, there was some things that on one side helped its popularity, but on the other side, well, gave me more headaches than probably worth it. And
Can you
those
give any
people who know
examples?
me, yeah, those people who know me probably will already shouting in fucking voice and whatnot
What
what
is
I'm talking
sync
about. Yeah,
shell? People,
yes,
what is a sync
I'm
shell?
I'm talking exactly about sync shells. Sync shells is, imagine there's a group. Yeah, imagine you have a group. Yeah,
Okay.
you can join this group, and then you're paired with everybody in the group, and you can see the mods of all the people in the group.
Okay. Okay.
That's a sync shell.
So I'm
Normally,
so I'm
the way
seeing our nipple tassels right now. Okay.
Yeah. So normally the way it works is the way Mara worked is like you had a code, the other person had a code, you exchange codes, and then you can see each other's mods, right? This is how it worked. So you have always one-to-one pairings with someone else. But with sync shells, you go into this group and then you're automatically paired up with everybody in there. And you can see everybody who's in the group. If they're in your vicinity, obviously, you will see their modifications on their character. And on one hand, this was designed to make something like FCs easier, right? So if you have an FC or a group of friends, you make a sync shell, invite everybody in there, and then you don't need to add each other. Like, imagine if you have 10 people, everyone has to add everybody else, and that's just also tedious. So I added that so
Oh,
people
okay.
people can just go into the group and then they're just automatically paired with everybody else
I see. Oh,
together.
all right. So okay. Sorry again for my stupidity. I'm
Yeah, no,
slow. I live back in
that's fine.
caveman
That's
times
fine.
and
That's
never really
fine.
learned anything. Okay. So if I don't use a sync shell, I have to put your Mare code
Yeah.
into my shit. Okay. Now we can see
Yeah.
each other. But if I use a
No, 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 no. You have to put mine, and I have to put
okay,
yours.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is how it is.
Okay, but with a sync shell, I just put the sync shell code.
Yes,
I
and you see
see.
everybody who is
Okay.
in there. That's how it works.
Oh, okay. So basically, it's just a faster way to do it. More.
Essentially, it's a
Yeah.
mass
Okay.
sync. It's like it's a mass group sync. Essentially,
Okay.
it
Okay. And you said this was
it
bad,
it
or
was a mistake. Yeah, it was a
okay?
mistake. It
Why was it a mistake?
I'm gonna go here on record and say it out loud once more. Sync shells were a mistake. So
Okay, it's on
people can
record.
quote me on that. It's on record now.
Yeah.
So the problem is that the sync shells were designed for small groups, for a group of friends, for FCs, for small meetups between people in RP groups or whatever, stuff like that. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's perfectly reasonable use cases for that, right? But what people did is they started making sync shells and then just basically putting it in shout chat. And
Oh.
They're like, hey, here, join my sync shell. And then you have like 300 randos or whatever the limit was. At the end, it was 300 as far as I remember, that you are synced with that you don't know and you don't really care about, but they just increased the load on my servers. They made produced more downloads. When then in the end, like, you just download someone you don't fucking know. Like venues
Oh,
use it a
okay.
lot and shit like that. It's it was just
So actually, you're not even talking from a morality standpoint. You're talking from a
no.
technical standpoint. It was a fucking mistake.
Yes,
Oh,
from
I
a
okay,
technical
yeah, yeah,
standpoint,
yeah, okay.
I mean, from a morality standpoint, it's also you're just syncing with someone random. You don't know them. You never paired with them. Um, you just
Oh
walk through, I don't
God,
know.
that's like Pandora's box, brother.
Yes,
You don't know what
yes,
the fuck's gonna be in there. Okay.
yes. That's the big thing. Like you, why would you? I don't understand the draw to this. Like that you just want to see everybody who you could possibly see modded. I don't get it because I used it primarily with my friends and with my raid groups, and I don't know who else. Like that's primarily my use case for my own software. But the other people are just, oh yeah, just gonna go into this venue and join a 250 people sync
Mm.
shell and download 50 gigabytes of mods of other people for once, and then sit there and complain that that my PC is crashing because my PC can't handle the load of the thick
Oh my
cheeks
God.
of that fucking Viera over there or some shit.
Okay, so just to play devil's advocate. All right,
Yes.
just okay. Just to play devil's advocate, just for a second. Just humor me for a second.
Yeah.
I would say that a sync shell would be absolute S tier fire emoji stream content. I'm just saying because holy mother of God,
Would,
if you
yeah.
go in there not knowing what you're going to get, Jesus fucking Christ.
Like if you would have joined one of these sync shells that were in Balmung around Balmung,
Oh my
holy shit, dude! I
God.
had to do that a few times for debugging purposes. The shit I've seen, dude, I would rather have not seen.
Oh, that
I
is
would.
insane. Okay.
It is,
Holy.
but and people were using them extensively. Like there were thousands and thousands of people that were using sync shells. I think overall, I would say it was about individual pairings, right? I'm talking about individual pairings now within the
Mm.
sync shell from one person to another. Even if you think you have a 300 people sync shell, right? Then everybody in this
Can
sync
you link it
shell
access
has
later? Later.
299 other syncs. So you have 300 times 299 syncs per sync shell maximum, which is what, like 12,000 or something? So you have 12,000 pairings in that one sync shell alone. And I
Jesus.
think
Okay.
in total, the sync shells attributed to probably like 80% of the pairings in Mare in the end, just because of these large groups. And we're talking about roughly 50 million pairings
What the oh, like across every sync shell?
across everything, across the
Jesus.
entire system. All sync shells, all people within the sync shells had like a total of 50 million one-sided connections. So approximately 25 million connections within each other.
Holy
And
shit.
that this is insane. Like for me as well, it was insane.
So, okay. Uh, real quick, just out of
Yes.
curiosity.
Yeah.
So when you saw like all this data between the character syncs, the sync shells, all this shit, just out of curiosity, could you tell what region someone was from? Like, I guess
Uh,
basically, could you tell
no.
which region was the highest gooner population? Like, was it
No.
America, JP, EU?
I have rough statistics of usage of Mara, and I think 50% was North America.
Oh my God. Don't say it. Brother, don't say it's true, man. So
It's
NA
50,
are the gooners?
yeah. NA
Oh
was the
my
greenest all along.
God.
But yeah, like 50% NA and about 45% EU, and the rest is OCE and Asia.
Okay, well,
It
EU
was,
had a bunch of gooners too.
Yeah. But you
Okay.
have to, but it's distributed among multiple countries, so it
Well,
doesn't
I
count.
mean, okay, no. I respect it. Okay, so I respect it, and here's why. Because EU doesn't believe in air conditioning, so at least they believe in gooning. Okay, so if okay,
That's
so
something.
first is the goon, then the next step is they're gonna believe in air conditioning. They're gonna because when I went over there, let me tell you, it was fucking awful. Every single fucking store I went into, the door was wide fucking open, man. It was hot, it was miserable, covered in fucking sweat,
Been,
dude. It was
actually,
awful
where
over
have you
there.
been? Actually, I want to know where have you been? In what country
I
have you
went
been where
to
you experienced this?
I went to Germany. I went
Mm-hmm.
to oh, in my NA brain, by the way, everything over there is EU. So Germany's EU,
Yeah.
Finland, Switzerland, all that shit is EU to me. Okay, because that's what they teach us over here. If you're like over there somewhere by London, somewhere in the general vicinity, of London, that counts as EU to us. So I went to London. I've been to Germany, and I think that's it actually.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of get it. I mean, to be fair, the problem is primarily. Well, no, okay. I'm not gonna go into this tangent about air conditioning right now. This is
Okay. No.
not
No.
the
No.
time
Yeah.
and place to talk about air conditioning. But I get your point. EU has little air conditioning, but we believe the important thing is we believe in gooning. So we have that.
Yeah.
We are only second to you.
Okay. Well, no, so I was just curious because like uh I was thinking about it and I put myself in your shoes for a second. And if I would have known that information, I would have been like, God damn, you fucking NA are fucking perverts, man. What is wrong with you? Like 50%, bro. What the fuck? That's just a
It is
thought that
what it,
probably would have went through my head. So I don't know if you had
it
any
is.
thoughts like that, but that's probably a thought that would have went through my head.
No, I just accepted it. It is what it is. Just
Okay, so you mentioned okay, so sync shells. Was there
yeah.
anything else you could have done differently?
Um, I honestly, everything considered, I don't think I would change any of my choices that I have done during the development or runtime of this plugin overall. Like in the grand scheme, I think I would have done it the same way or a similar way at
Okay.
least. I would have scaled earlier and I would have not produced shitty code early and then have to rework everything anyway because technical debt, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay.
otherwise, I think no, I think generally sync shells were the only thing where I would say they were definitely a big mistake to use.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of crazy then to think about if like, during the entire life, I mean, yeah, there maybe could have been like, like small things like you briefly mentioned that you could have done this a little differently, but any major changes, the only really thing that you regretted was the sync shell, and that was more of like a technical issue, you would say probably.
I mean, it's also, to be fair, it's a technical issue on one hand, it's a social issue on the other hand. Like
Okay. Yeah.
technically, it's just very demanding on the system, and socially, it's just, uh, yeah, it's just random pairings, and they produced a lot of support effort as well. Well, moderation and support effort, since yeah, it's people, and people are people.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah. Um. Okay. Do you want to move on to the next one then?
yeah,
Uh.
sure, we can
Okay.
move on. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Do you think Mare being shut down will affect other mods in the future of the same thing? And so I guess like people have been I guess with this question, there's like a couple things. One, people are saying that like, oh, they're coming for Mayor, so now they're gonna come for Alexander and Dalaman and all this shit, right? So there's that portion of it, but then the other portion is because they went for Mayor. Do you think that they're gonna go for any other glamour mods or any other like like non glamour mods, like more, like Cami or anything like that?
Honestly, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. The only thing I could do is throw a dice and give you a result, and based on the result, tell you if this is maybe what the chance is going to be. But honestly, I really don't know. I don't know why I got the legal inquiry, and I don't know if this could be extended to other projects.
Okay, so you said,
So
okay, so here's one screenshot that I saw, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but
yeah,
one screenshot I saw, and I believe it was you, but I'm not sure. I'd have to go back. But basically, they, you, you said that you were an idiot and you had like your personal information or something up on somewhere, and that was like how they found you, or that was like a mistake that you made, or something like that. Was that screenshot that I saw true, or can you even talk about it?
Zeno, you have to see. I have been running a server. I've been running a, a big server that all under my name. I had a domain under my name.
Oh, okay, okay. I understand. Okay, I understand now. I see. Okay, so yeah, so
This is
basically all of this shit, yeah, just the server. Okay, all that shit, you had to
all of that
use
shit
like
is
your info.
enough already.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
it doesn't. No matter what I did or didn't do, um, it is not very difficult to get to someone if you have an online presence in the forum, especially if it's front, if you have like a web front that can be accessed in some way or another.
okay. Yeah, so basically, just because you were so deep in with owning servers and Discord, just all of it was just like a mountain of shit.
Yeah.
Because of all this stuff, your info had to be on X amount of things, and
Yes.
yeah, okay, okay, I understand. Okay.
So it's like uh, I don't know if it's that or what it was in the end or how it got or what happened. I don't know. Like I legit, if I could tell you something, I probably would, but I don't know. And yeah, the problem is really there was just an amount of presence that I had to have just to keep everything running,
Okay.
and
Well,
it was impossible to avoid.
yeah. So yeah. So the reason why I asked that question was because again, there are some rumors, and we talked briefly about it in DMs. But one of the rumors was that you use an SE trademark, and I think you told me that that was false.
Yeah, I don't have a website.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't have a website. I didn't use any imagery or copyright assets or trademarks or anything from SE anywhere in
Okay.
my plugin.
And then oh, okay. And another rumor that I heard was that you had your personal information on a GitHub or something like that. Is that's also, I would imagine, incorrect?
I think I had like one commit at some point that I shoved into GitHub under my real name, but I don't think that had any influence about anything at that
Okay,
point.
okay, I see. Okay.
Like with
Yes.
all the presence that I have, I don't think that mattered whatsoever.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so
Like,
or sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I think that the problem with GitHub is once you have something in there, it's practically impossible to put it out anyway. So I think I had like one new installation of my system, right? And I log in with my Microsoft account and enjoy my full name, my Microsoft account, and Git, as nice as it is, whenever you check in, it just used the default name. Well, the full name under there. So
I okay, okay.
shit happened, but I don't believe that had any impact whatsoever on anything.
Well, okay, so the main reason I asked is because when I saw the screenshot, the way that you worded it, or man, let me just see. Hold on, let me see if I can. Man, sorry, I don't have access to the actual thing that I saw, but more or less, what I saw was you said something like I was an idiot or something, and I guess my question is like, were you an idiot though? Because if what you did wasn't, when I think of like someone saying that, like you were an idiot, I think of someone saying like, oh, I made a mistake. But based on what you told me, it doesn't sound like you actually made a mistake. Like you had to have these certain things like in your name, or it couldn't happen. Or maybe I'm wrong in thinking that. Like maybe you could have used an alias or something like that. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like when I saw that screenshot, I originally thought that you had made a mistake. So, but hearing you now, I don't really think that anymore.
Like I said, the problem is once you have an once you have a presence with servers and everything, the only thing I could have done maybe is put all the servers in Russia or something, and where it's untouchable. But that's not really an option, not really a realistic option.
Okay.
Let's be real.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Okay, so I guess the answer, yeah, so I guess the answer to your question is you can't really guess if this Mare being shut down will affect other mods, but like if you had to
Yeah.
guess, would you say it will affect or won't affect, or you literally just have no idea?
I could only guesstimate, but I don't think there's going to be anything happening in the near future. I believe, no, I don't believe anything. I have nothing else to say to that, I think.
Okay.
I don't
Um
believe I don't believe there's a need for a widespread panic. Let's put it like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, okay, so then let's go on to the next one. Are there pretty sure I already know the answer to this. Pretty sure a lot of people already do, but fuck it, we'll just talk about it briefly. Are there
Sure.
any other people working on a replacement for Mayor, or are there any other alternatives? And if so, I'm going to add a little bit here because I don't want to like fucking throw anybody under the bus. If there are, you don't have to mention like the name or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay, so anything that is in development or in use or in generation right now is not is I'm neither affiliated by them nor do I endorse any of it. There are
Okay.
people who have taken my code or prior other code and run their own instances now and try to become the next big thing or whatever. I do not and I do not approve this. I do not endorse this for a variety of reasons, primarily because I think it's just too early. People need to settle down, and I don't think that the system that I made is really all that great. And we need to. There would be some significant changes going forward, but I feel like people are going to do it the same way I did, which in retrospect could be improved in a way. So what I'm trying to say is, give it some time, wait it out, see what will happen. Don't flock to the first next best alternative that is there.
So
That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, so pretty much like this actually okay, so this obviously impacted a lot of people and people are, they're going to be
Yes.
upset,
Oh yeah.
and so you're pretty much just saying chill the fuck out, it'll get better.
It will get better. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of brains already melting over this whole situation and trying to figure something out. Um, and there is also the alternatives that are currently sprouted up. I don't think this is a good idea to just jump onto them just to have something again as a replacement. I
Oh,
don't think
what
that's
why is that? Because
I don't,
I already saw a couple people. So I was watching my friend Arthur stream the other day,
yeah,
and so you probably are aware that people would put Mayor in the
yeah,
adventurer plate. Well, now
yeah.
people are putting Laparite, and I had to look up what Laparite actually is, and apparently people were telling me on stream. Now again, I've never heard of this. I don't know what this is, but apparently people were telling me that it's like kind of bad. But I don't know
Yes.
why it's kind of bad.
I Do you remember the topic a while before that we talked about what visual mods I don't like?
Oh, yes, I do. Okay.
And so that's about as much as I want to say about that alternative. It
Oh,
existed
wow.
before.
Okay.
It existed before I shut down. They branched off at some point, like a year ago.
There was a mod or a whatever. There was software specifically for that.
Practically, more or less, yes.
That is that is fucking ridiculous. That is fucking vile. The fact that people use that shit. That is insane to me. Okay. So so you would tell people, okay, so people avoid that shit. That is bad. That's not a path you want to go down. Okay.
Yes.
So like basically okay, I saw it in an adventurer plate and I just assumed it was another like version of Mare. I mean I didn't know. But
Technically, it is, but it's their own flavor, so to speak.
okay, okay.
So yeah, yeah. But
Okay,
I also
well, I
don't.
guess stay the
I don't.
fucking far away from that shit.
I would recommend it. I do not agree with their policies and the reason they created it to begin with. There is some history attached. I can talk to you in private later about this if you're interested, but I don't think I want to talk about this on stream right
Oh
now.
no, that's fine. No, that's fine. Some of these topics, some of these subjects are sensitive, right? So yeah, no, it's completely understandable.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess currently right now there's not really an alternative, but the people that did use it just chill the fuck out. You know, it'll get better. Like just chill
Yeah.
out for now, basically.
People will come up with a better solution, I'm sure.
Okay, okay.
Like
S-
something that cannot be affected just like I did.
s-
People will, I'm 100% sure there are some smart people out there that are already working on this or planning to work on this. Something will come. I won't be involved in it in any form or fashion. But the thing is just, yeah, no, that's about it.
okay.
Um,
Well, I guess it leads into the next question is do you think SE can stop mods?
Realistically, yes, there are some things they could do to completely stop everything. Whether they're gonna do it, I don't know.
What are some things that they could do to completely stop mods? Because from my understanding, one of the things that they could do is put in an anti cheat. And I
Yeah, that's pretty much the thing.
okay,
Yeah.
now in my opinion, if they put in an anti cheat, they will lose a massive amount of players. Like, and I'm not joking about that. They will lose a fuck ton of players. It will be like the biggest drop off that they've ever seen, in my opinion. Like as far as they put in the anti cheat.
That's
So
very well possible. Yeah,
like
that is
now,
very.
yeah. But will that actually happen? I mean, obviously, I don't know. But if I were to guess with the amount of people that, and you know what, I'm not even talking about the people that you like. I'm not even talking about the people that do crazy stuff. I'm just talking about stuff like no clippy. Like there are people that the only thing they use is no clippy because maybe they're
Mhm.
from EU, they're playing on NA server, you know, like me, for
Yeah, yeah,
example, I play on EU sometimes. These people that are using no clippy or, you know, some things like that, if they put an anti cheat and they can't use that anymore, like I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for SE to lose a metric fuck ton of players. Like it's I truly believe that if they did that, they would that would be the biggest player drop off this game has ever seen.
yeah. I think they would kill it. Honestly, I really think they would kill it. If they put an anti cheat, I'm semi convinced that this will entirely just kill off the entire game. But you still have the casual players and the people on consoles and stuff like that that don't give a shit about that. And they are still the diehard defenders of the TOS and whatnot. They will also don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
There will be some people left, but I feel like this would not be good for the population overall if they would do that. There are some other things that they could do programmatically to increase the difficulty of getting Dalamud and everything to work. I won't go into detail what it might be. I'm pretty sure
Oh well,
if
yeah, because yeah, obviously, yeah, no one needs to know that.
yeah, no one needs to know that.
No
But
one
there
needs
is
to know
some
that. No
stuff
one
they
needs to know
could
that.
do, and let's hope they don't go that way. Because if they do, then we will have more problems, and the whole Dalamud story will be more difficult. And you never know since it's this privately run open source community project with dozens of devs that work on Dalamud and the other plugins and stuff like that. You never know when they're gonna be just fed up about all of this. If SE is doing like a lot of shit, or is gonna make it more difficult to do all of this, what they're doing right now, with the whole reverse engineering and stuff like that, so it's necessary for Dalamud. If SE goes that way, it's very well possible that Dalamud will also the Dalamud people at some point will also say, fuck this shit, we're out of here. I don't want to invest the time or effort anymore, and
Oh,
that's
you mean if
that.
it gets like too annoying
Yeah,
to do, too obnoxious? Yeah.
yeah. But that's overall. I don't believe that SE is gonna be what's gonna stop mods. I believe the community will eat itself.
Okay. And do you like? Can you go into a little detail? Like, can you give an example?
I I'm just looking at the past 3 days or so and what's going on in the community, and especially in the modding community in terms of visual mods with Mare alternatives and all stuff like that. If I look what's going on there and the amount of drama and stuff this produces, it could be. It's not looking very good. I'm not gonna name names or anything.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm frankly disgusted by what I'm seeing. Like, I'm legit disgusted by what I'm seeing right
And
now.
what
What's
you're
going
seeing
on?
is just people. Is it just people's attitudes and how they're reacting to the situation?
That's one of the thing. Also, the infighting and stuff like that that's going on, and the drama that's happening. It is no, no,
So,
no. That's
so in a
GC, by the
sense,
way.
oh, so in a sense, uh, now, okay, you've been very vague, and that's fine. But just I guess based on what you said, from what I've gathered, it would just make more sense instead of people fighting and attacking each other during this. I guess after things have happened, it would just make more sense that instead of doing that, they would try to help each other and not panic and realize how good we actually have it. Because there is a possibility where no mods exist, and that
Hmm.
possibility is fucking awful for Kumachama. Not for me, but for
Of course, yeah,
Kumachama.
yeah.
Yeah, it
No,
would
no,
it would be fucking
understandably.
awful. And if people would just chill the fuck out and think about this from like a non-emotional standpoint, and instead of fighting, they would just like fucking chill, take a break, let people do what they need to do, it would be better.
Yes.
Yeah.
There
Okay,
is a
well, you
lot
guys heard
of
it. Chill the fuck out.
it's very difficult. It is, when people are involved, it's generally always difficult. You know how it is. It's people, right? So it we really need to, not me implicitly, right? I really, I'm done with everything. I'm completely out of all of this as much as I can. I just have contacts with prior devs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and see what I'm seeing from the current situation. People really need to shut the fuck up, chill the fuck out, go touch some grass or some shit.
Okay.
I don't even know, man. It's it's really, really disheartening to see what's going on right now for me. Just because my service is gone, it shouldn't be that way. That people are starting to eat each other up. It really shouldn't be that way. We should be working together, because this is holy shit. We are all in the same boat. Like,
Yeah.
everybody is in the same boat with this shit. Why we need to have these quarrels, why we need to have these fights, and the allegations, the rumors, the fucking canceling and whatnot. Why do we need that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm being legit here. Why? There's no point to this. It doesn't produce anything of value. Just work together, make something great. It doesn't need to be like some. I'm not gonna say I did something super great, but it doesn't need to be one person that just breaks through everything and just does something. No, we need to like literally just fucking work together on this problem. or all of the problems that we have. But that will not happen because of money, obviously, and other issues that are always ever present. Uh,
So,
yeah,
so I guess,
I have,
or sorry,
I
go ahead.
really have I have an opinion. I'm just not gonna express my opinion right now. I don't think this would do me any good if I express my honest opinion.
I mean, it's completely up to you, man. It's complete, like, I was just going to say, like, as a general, I guess, thought that people should have in this situation, it should be to think of the bigger picture. So I'm not saying that maybe this other person didn't piss you off. Maybe you guys got beef. But as you said, we're all in the same boat. This is a pretty big fucking boat. Okay. We're going to have issues with each other. But I feel like that people, even if you have issues with another person, you got to think of the bigger picture. That's the
Yeah,
thing that's most important, because if
yeah,
the ship sinks, you're fucking sinking too. And yeah, sure, the guy that you hate is sinking, but you're also fucking, you're going to be on the fucking door or whatever in the middle of the fucking Arctic Ocean, and you're going to be sitting there fucking dying, you know what I mean? So I feel like that people should probably have their mentality needs to be thinking about the bigger picture, I guess.
they really do, yeah. But it's always you. It's really difficult for a human in general to think about bigger pictures or over long term consequences. You
Yes.
know, that's the thing. Like it's really difficult to think about this. I cannot blame like anyone in particular about whether that they cannot do it or whatever. But I feel like we are as the XIV community in particular really loves to ignore everything in the bigger picture and just focuses on their small tiny groups that are segregated through whatever fucking reason. And yeah, just that makes everything harder than it should be, significantly.
Yes. So I guess to what? So like to the modding community in general, your advice would just be, just chill out, think about the bigger picture, leave the petty shit behind for now. Like right now is not the time to be like arguing about petty nonsense that's not going to matter in a couple of weeks or whatever. Just chill,
Pretty much.
think about the bigger picture.
Pretty much, yeah. That's all you can say because otherwise we're gonna eat each other up. And if you know, there is only like realistically, there's only a handful of people that are realistically carrying the main modding community, the main plugin community. If they fall out, it's gonna be Jover. 7.4 rolls around, plugins are gonna be gone. It's
Okay.
unlikely, but if specific people are gonna get pissed off enough, you're gonna have real problems because you will have to replace those and the years of experience that they have. You know,
Yeah, and
it's the
that's no
same
easy
issue.
task. You can't just like,
No,
oh yeah, let's just have fucking Joe go in there, fucking make this no clippy work. All right, gotcha. It's not that easy.
yeah, it's it's not that trivial.
So we need to protect these people.
Absolutely, like
We need to, yeah, okay, okay.
they are cornerstones of the. I mean, the people who are in the modding community probably know who I'm talking about, so I won't name specific names. But people really need to think about who they're fucking with.
Yeah,
Like,
because eventually, I mean, because everybody has a limit, right? And if this
yeah,
person that is, doing so much reaches their limit, they're just going to say, fuck it. Why should I do this, man? I'm getting all this fucking hate and shit. Fuck these idiots. And then they're just going to leave. And that's going to
yeah,
be good for nobody. I feel like sometimes people don't actually know how good they have it until it's gone. So these people
yeah,
receiving free services, they will complain and bitch and moan and cry, and they pay nothing. They contribute absolutely nothing except for misery and anguish. And then then they get shitty when it's gone. And they wonder to themselves, well, what the fuck happened? You is what the fuck happened. You idiot. You. So I feel like more people should appreciate the free shit and what they have in the situation that they're in, because as cliched it is, you you don't realize how important something is until it's gone. So like for instance, like we were talking about earlier, there's sometimes Kumachama logs on and he forgets fucking Cammy was even there, and then Cammy's not there, and he's like, oh shit, now I'm seeing
Our
in my
game
ass
now.
again.
Yeah.
Like I need to zoom out. Yeah, so I feel like the more people should realize this.
Yeah. It's always easy to see what you have, but it's very hard to see how it's gonna be if you suddenly don't have it anymore. It's the same shit that happened with Mara now, essentially. Yeah.
Well, I guess so I guess just to recap the answer to this question, it is possible that they could stop mods, but highly unlikely. Would
That is
you
correct.
okay, so you would agree with that. Okay. Do
Yeah.
you I guess any final thoughts? Is there anything at all you want to address, you want to talk about, anything at all?
There was let me think. Technically, I mean, we talked about a whole lot of shit. There was a lot of yapping going on right now. I need to think what if there's something that we haven't covered that needs to be covered.
People are asking Mare 2, Mare sequel, Mare Reloaded.
No, thanks, guys. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done
No,
with
Mare
this.
Reloaded. Yo, it's like the first season of Cowboy Bebop. One season, done. It's over. Never again.
Yeah, no, I'm really done with it now. I'm mostly fed up with XIV because there's no fucking ultimate. I'm fucking bored. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm just I'm just pissed about that. I hope they bring something, but that's a different topic altogether. Mm, I don't think I have like anything to address myself. Oh yeah, sure. Maybe if you want to hear some statistics, are you curious?
I mean, absolutely.
So, um, in the past months of Mar, hmm, I was talking. I'm thinking about data transfer, right? Because this is something that was a big thing for Mars, and the main thing that was happening is data transfer, right? So, how am I gonna best explain it? So, in the last few months of Mars, over a span of 30 days, right? So let's say in July or whatever, July, June, I have seen transfer rates or total transfer data of over 1.5 petabyte.
I don't even know what the
Okay.
fuck a petabyte is.
So your drives are like what? Gigabyte, terabyte?
I have a terabyte, I think.
Yeah. So 1,000 terabyte is a petabyte.
That's a big byte.
It is a big byte. Like the amount of data transferred and how much it transferred, it's ridiculous. Like this is something like I don't know if there's any server admins in chat or devs in chat. I'm pretty sure they probably have get a what's it called? Get cold sweats hearing that such a number being transferred.
Okay, so I'm obviously American. Can you explain that in food?
Okay, so imagine you have in your computer a burger.
Okay.
Let's say one burger. Yeah, let's say a burger. No, wait, how can I say? How can let's try some other analogy. Mm, yeah, so let's say it is it's the difference between you're cooking a burger at home and the throughput of a McDonald's on a weekend.
Oh, that's a lot of burgers.
It is a lot of burgers.
That's a lot of Okay, I understand now. Okay.
I also think that's an underestimation from my end because this is just a vague analogy at best.
Okay. So
But
basically,
it's insane.
yeah,
It's a lot
okay.
of
That
data.
yeah, that
It's a
okay,
lot.
that's a lot. That's a lot of burgers. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
And that was in the past 3 months? Like per
no,
month?
that per month, yeah, yeah.
Holy
So
shit. Okay.
yeah, I was easily reaching like probably over the course of this year. I'm pretty sure I'm at 10 petabyte or something, which is an insane number for something like this.
So
Like
TLDR, Mare was pretty fucking popular.
it was extremely popular. Yeah, it
Okay.
was it was insanely popular, and everybody said that's gone, including me. Even if people will still not believe that I that I am. Um, and I really hope that whoever sets something similar or whatever comes in the future is prepared for what there's going to be. And that's not only from a server perspective and the data transferred and everything, but also the community aspect and everything around that. It's very tough.
Yeah.
It is a very tough job. It's a job.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
It's
well,
not
I mean,
fun.
yeah. Like, I mean, just based on how many hours you told me that you put into it, that's like equivalent or more than something like a 40-hour a week, you know?
Yeah, it is definitely. And yeah, people really need to be aware that whoever is gonna put time into this, it's gonna be tough. No matter what you do, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
I really hope that something better comes up or a better solution comes up than what I developed. Even though I'm still proud of what I've done or how far I've gotten and what I achieved, I think there must be some better solution out there. I hope someone will find it, and I hope they're ready for what's gonna be next then.
Um, okay. So there is a question from
Yes,
chat
sure.
that I was told to ask you,
Hmm.
and that is, do you like Kumachama?
I have no fucking idea. Is that an adequate response? I mean, Kumachama seems like a chill dude. I would rate
Kumachama
with Kumachama.
uses he knows the cousins.
I would rate with Kumachama.
Oh my god. Yo, you guys heard it. Dude, that's insane. I'm going to tell Kumachama you said that, and Kumachama's response is probably going to be that he loves Mayor Dev. Yeah. So, okay,
I mean, if there's other burning questions in chat, I can also answer a few
oh, are
more. I have
you
no,
can you actually see the chat right now?
no, I'm ignoring the chat
Oh, I see, I
entirely.
see, I see. Okay. I mean, does Chad have any questions that they want to ask him? Mayor Dev is the hottest dev. Can we see your character? Oh,
My character.
yeah.
Do you?
Do you
I
have a
mean, I
screenshot
posted.
of your character? Now that's a good
Yeah,
question.
yeah. I mean, I did post a few screenshots of my character on my server, but I can send you mine. Where is it? Where do I have a good screenshot that is not
I'm
over the
sorry,
top?
guys. The chat is moving too fast.
Sure. Let's take this one.
Um.
I think that's
Oh.
kind of
Okay.
representative.
Okay. 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 Hold on one sec. Okay. Okay. Everything about this is taboo, except for I guess the
Yeah.
weapon.
The weapon is legit. The clothing is also legit. It's just modified slightly.
Oh. Okay.
It
Okay.
is
Okay.
not. I mean, I have a different skin. There's more detailed feet and hands. I have a different hairstyle, but it's all. Even if I go fully
Okay.
vanilla, I can still recognize myself.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is. I think this is fully vanilla. This is still
Okay.
recognizable as my character. I mean,
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't go that far. It's still a difference,
Holy
obviously,
shit!
but
Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa. 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 Hold on. What
what?
the fuck? Why? Okay, hold on. Is there like some type of quality pack or something?
Why?
Well, because the second picture you posted looks like shit in comparison to the first one.
Yeah, but it's the same game. It's the same game. I just
What
have
the fuck?
I just have upscale textures for clothing and stuff like that. But
Brother.
yeah.
See, this is unfair. This is unfair, and I'm pissed. And I'm pissed because I can't use these because I'm pure.
I
Damn.
mean, Kuma-chama can use these.
Yo, that's true. That's true. Kuma-chama can. Yeah, that's no, it's insane because like I mean I can't explain what it. I mean I'm I'm the type of person that can't tell higher than 60 FPS. Okay, so my eyes are fucking bad. But even I can tell that like the second picture that you posted, it's just
Yeah.
it's just like it's basically like I took my glasses off and this is what I look like or this is what I'm seeing on the. It's like that Spider-Man meme. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, you wanted to see my character. There's my character.
That's
That's
insane.
that's where I got my name from. Well, my in-game, not my in-game name, the Mare name that I used on my server was Royal Floofness, and that's basically her.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, you know what? All right, maybe this is a dumb question, but why is it called Mare?
It's called Mare, not Mare.
Oh,
It's
okay.
called
Well, over here in
Mare.
America, it's called Mare, but like I
Yes,
can't even
but it,
pronounce what you just said. But okay, so why is it called Mahir?
Mare,
Okay,
Mare.
I see.
So
Yeah, I can't roll my tongue
Mare.
like that, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Sorry,
It's
it's
an
American
American.
debuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah, it's American debuff. It's okay. I accept your Mare. Anyway, Mare Synchronos is technically, so you know the moon, right?
Yes, yes.
Surely you know the moon. So
Mm-hmm.
most of these large dark areas on the moon are called Mare whatever.
Oh my. Okay, okay.
So Mare is technically Latin or Italian or whatever and stands for sea. So it is a sea. And Synchronos
Like
is
water.
for yes.
Okay, okay.
It's And Synchronos stands for synchronization. So you get a synchronized sea. You get a sea of syncs. That's Mare. That's literally, it's the description is exactly what it is.
Brother, I had no idea there was actually fucking lore behind the name Mare. That's fucking
It,
cool as fuck, actually.
it has nothing to do with horses. I guarantee you that. Even if Dalamut is memeing with horses, it has nothing to do with horses whatsoever. It's literally moon themed because Penumbra is also moon themed, as Penumbra means the dark crescent shit on the moon
Yeah,
crap. So yeah, and so Mara goes into the same vein, except it's just a part of the moon, and
that's
it's a
fucking cool.
synchronized
Yeah,
as
I
well.
mean, I had no idea. I guess I just thought it was called Mare because of Mare Lamentorum or something. I don't know. There's apparently Mare
Yeah,
Lamentorum is something with the lore or some shit. I don't
yeah,
know. I
yeah.
don't watch the story, but apparently that's there. So I just thought like maybe you picked the name because it looked cool, but or it sounded cool. But I had no idea there was actually like lore behind it. That's really
I
cool.
mean, technically, the same reason it's called Mare Lamentorum is the Sea of Lament.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's
okay.
that's the area in Endwalker that was like one. Where the fucking what was it?
Yeah,
I don't remember. Yeah, that is yeah, where it fought Zodiac. That was the one, right? Yeah, it's the same principle. It's the Sea of Lament. It's a part of the moon, hence it's called Mare Lamentorum. That's the reason why it's called how it is.
um
It's
the,
all fucking seas on the moon.
so there were okay, there were a couple questions.
Yeah.
There were a couple questions in chat, but you said earlier you weren't going to give any like exact costs for certain things, and that's fine. Someone in chat, man, they ask what costs more, the server or something else, but I can't remember what else they said. Does anybody happen to know what the fuck else they ask? Oh, bandwidth. Okay. Or sorry, bandwidth. Okay. So
This is-
yeah, I don't know if you can answer that or not, but
The bandwidth was free.
oh, okay,
I will
okay.
I was smart enough to do it with servers that had no bandwidth cost. Otherwise, none of this could have happened because bandwidth is super expensive.
Oh, I
So for
see.
example,
Okay. Okay.
so for with some providers, you get like I don't know how many terabytes of free bandwidth, and after that, it's just costing you money. And I picked providers and servers where it was fully included, and I thank God that nobody uh, has that the server hosters did not complain about the amount of traffic that went through them.
Oh my god. So wait, you had the server, but then there was another person that like owned it or something?
No,
Or
no, I own the servers. I own the servers, but obviously they are not sitting in my home. They are sitting in data centers, and I rent them from a reputable company.
oh, okay. And the people you rented it from or whatever, they didn't complain.
Yeah,
Basically
they
is what
didn't
you're
complain.
saying.
Thankfully, they didn't
Oh,
complain.
okay, okay.
Because you have to consider if you so someone at the start of Mare when I started out told me, yeah, why don't you do it on Amazon Web Services or AWS, whatever it's called? It's like the cloud solution and everything. And they came, yeah, this could be lucrative to do and it would be faster and you had better file distribution, blah, blah, blah. And then I asked them how much would that cost, and they did like I told them my data from back then. It was maybe 1.5 years into the project at best, and they gave me an estimation of 26,000 per month.
What the fuck? And that's the bandwidth costs?
That's server and bandwidth cost. That's what they estimated based on that. I'm like, no, thank you.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you can imagine that 26,000 is not something that you just casually cough up per month for a free service that you're providing to your users, right?
No, you just don't drop that. What the fuck? That's insane. Wow, okay. Yeah, and you got the bandwidth for free because, you were
Yeah,
smart about it. The people didn't really complain. Okay. Wow,
yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is the only way, this is the only reason that I did everything the way I did it and I set it up the way I did it. So I thankfully didn't fuck that up. Basically, it went better than expected in that regard. Otherwise, if bandwidth would have been an issue or actually cost, this project would have been dead in the water 3 months into the project.
Wow.
Like
So,
legit.
okay. So now that I'm thinking about it, so at any point in time during these 3 years, if that provider would have just been like, holy shit, you got some goon problem. We're going to need some money. If at any point they
Yeah,
would have charged you for it, essentially Mare would have just died right then and there.
yeah.
That's
Pretty,
crazy.
pretty much, yeah.
Huh.
If there would have been any issues in that regard, they would have just said, nope, fuck you, pay us more. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking at what they want from me, and they will be like, would likely be asking for a significant amount of money. Given I looked at the terabyte prices for per transfer, um, and they are not cheap, like legitimately not cheap. I don't have the number in my head. There's like typically you have a specific amount of bandwidth available of included. But if you go after above that, you're gonna pay your fucking head off.
Oh, and like the
I read,
bandwidth included, like, is with the server, so it comes as like a package. Like you get X amount
yeah,
of.
yeah,
Okay, okay, so yeah.
and then after that, you typically have like I don't know how much. So yeah, so this I'm looking at one provider and it's like €1 per extra terabyte above 20 or something. So it's about $1.10 or something, right?
Mm.
Per terabyte. And consider I did 1.5 fucking petabyte per month. And that would have been what, $1,500 on top? I would have to pay for the traffic alone. And that's just lowballing it.
Yeah.
It's it's ridiculous.
So, okay, sorry, I'm trying to get. There's like a bunch of questions in chat.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to get them, but so one person asked, what is he going to do with those servers now? Does he have a new project he might be interested in now? Not necessarily 14 related. So I guess just like, yeah. Do you
Yeah,
have
I'm
anything
shut.
in mind?
No, I'm shutting it all down.
Oh, okay, okay.
There's no reason for me to keep any of this. I don't have any immediate projects or anything. So the best thing I can do is just shut it all off.
Yeah. Well,
As much as it saddens me, to be honest, it just has to go off.
let's see. Could you ask what roughly was client side and what server side? I have no idea what that means.
Okay, I assume that I'm not sure in what regards clients. I think maybe they're asking about either they ask about effort distribution, maybe they ask about support effort. I'm not sure if they could maybe specify what exactly they want in that regard. I could probably give some more info.
Um. Okay. What? Okay. Do you think a new mayor can even manage the storm that will come when it releases? When traffic was already petabytes big a month, given all of them will want to join the new mayor. And I think you touched on it earlier and said it was going to be really hard or
Yeah,
something.
it will be hard, but not only because of server. But again, it's um, I think it's primarily. I don't think if someone is smart with the servers and everything, I think that shouldn't be a problem. I think the main issue is going to be everything else,
Okay.
really.
Actually, how okay, considering, I mean, I guess this is a legit question, but considering all you went through with Mayor, do you think that the next Mayor will be paid?
I hope not. I really hope not.
I mean, I hope not too, but could you see it being paid? Like, based on everything that you went through, like, I guess,
It depends on what they're going to do with it. To be
okay,
honest,
okay.
if they are going to uh, make a full rewrite, start from scratch, make everything from scratch, start at a blank slate. I can see that people might ask for, I don't know, $1 per month or something for an account. I can see
Mm-hmm.
that happening. I wouldn't want to see it happening because in
Yeah,
the spirit
yeah,
of
yeah.
open source and everything, I advocate for, hey, we are in this together. This is a community effort. Let's just stay in a community effort, like I said before. So, like, I can see it happening. I really don't hope it's happening because I don't think it's gonna do good for anyone, especially not for the community. And I really hope that whoever is gonna be spearheading the next solution for synchronization of data is gonna do it for the community first and not for the money.
Yeah. Um, yeah, because a lot of mods and plugins, or however you want to word it, a lot of them are free, but there are some paid. Now, like I said earlier, I personally, to a certain extent, don't mind the paid thing. I'm kind of indifferent though. Like if people have a problem with it, I understand that. And if people don't mind paying, I also understand that too. I mean, obviously everything, ideally is free, but I feel like sometimes I mean, just realistically, that's not going to be the case. So I'm kind of indifferent. I'm kind of neutral, because I can understand from one perspective, because if a person puts in a ridiculous amount of work, they may feel that
Yeah.
way. And I
Yeah.
do think, I mean, I genuinely think that's okay. If you're putting in a lot of work and you feel that way, you have a reason to feel that way. But like I said again, like ideally everything's free, but realistically not everything is free. So I guess I'm kind of in the middle.
I'm a, I'm gonna be real, like in general, when it comes to projects that people are continuously working on, and you can afford it, and you're listening to this, and you're using them, just throw them a few bucks. Just give them a few dollars. It won't hurt you to eat a burger less per day if you throw them a few bucks because it means a lot to the people that actually work on stuff for the
I think
community
so
for
too.
free.
I agree.
It
Yeah.
really means a lot. This is not the grifting scheme here right now. I'm not trying to coerce anyone into sending money to random developers or whatever. I'm just encouraging them to really think who is making all of this possible, what they're experiencing, and if it's not worth for them to give like a one-time payment of $3 or something.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. But, I mentioned this earlier. Like, I don't mind paying for things that I support, especially
Yeah,
things that I use every day. Like,
yeah.
I really don't mind it. Like, I would want to because I don't want to play the game without like certain things like Cammy, 14 Alexander, No Clippy, those type of things, right?
Hmm.
Pixie, those things are very important to me, and I feel like that a lot of other people share, my opinion, our opinion is that some of this stuff just should already be in the game. So I feel like that, if you can, I mean, look, I mean, obviously, if you're like fucking broke as shit, living paycheck to paycheck, then yeah, sure, like don't, but if you can, I think that it's good, basically.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, in the end, I'm not exactly sure what else I can say to that.
One okay. Here's one question.
Yeah.
We can wrap this up soon, but here's
Mhm.
one question. Is all the user data going to be safely disposed of? How about the physical servers? How do you feel about smaller private federalized servers, maybe self-hosts? I have no idea what I just read you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I will be safely disposing the data that has been stored. There is nothing sensitive stored really, so you don't need to, nobody needs to worry about anything. I'm gonna safely dispose of the data as soon as the server is gonna be dismissed. Um, I think decentralized federal system Mare or equivalent could work. It's gonna be a lot of effort to do. So whoever wants to take that hat and wear it and make a federalized Mara. So what they're talking about is instead of one server where you connect to, you have multiple different servers that people could connect to, and they kind of somehow talk to each other as well. So you don't need to have like one central instance like I had, but multiple smaller ones. That's what they want to do. So if someone goes down, it doesn't mean the entire thing goes down. It's just that one small part of it.
Oh,
I think that could work. It could work, but it's a lot of effort.
okay.
But that's nothing that I will be involving myself in
Yeah, you
anymore.
mentioned earlier that you are completely done with everything.
Yeah, at least with development side, I'm definitely done.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay. Okay. I guess one more.
sure.
Okay. Can you ask how much storage the servers had? I'm curious considering how much data it handled and it had to store.
Okay, so the amount of data it handled, I already mentioned. It's like I don't know how many petabytes per month that were passed through. Technically, since I did deduplication of data, so I checked which files are definitely already present on the server so they don't get uploaded multiple times. So you don't have to, nobody has to waste bandwidth, nobody has to waste time. If the file is already there, why bother uploading it again? The uploads were also compressed highly, like 50% compression rate, which means so if something was 100 megabytes on average on the server, it ended up as 50. And I had a total storage of about, I think the peak I saw was about 17 terabytes of space, which is not as much as you would think. But that's highly compressed and it is deduplicated. So it's only unique files and highly compressed unique files. It's quite a lot. There are several million. I think about
I'm
let me
so glad he's
quickly
answering
remember.
your
I think
guys'
about
question
74 million files or something. Yeah, something like that.
because I have
That's
no
just the mod appearance data that has been uploaded. It's quite a bit.
idea anything you just said, but I'm very happy that a person's question got answered.
I,
It's
ho-
not
I hope it is. I hope it's answered.
all right. Well, Yeah, I mean, I guess unless you had anything else, man. Yeah, I guess that's it for me. Like as I said earlier in like our DMs, I said that I genuinely felt like Mare affected a lot of people, and overall it was an insanely positive experience. And a lot of people really loved it. And for it to just automatically be, or, you know, just suddenly, rather, just shut down and, you know, with very little warning or anything,
Yeah.
I feel like that. I mean, now, again, I didn't really use it or anything, but I was, you know, I know a lot of people that did. I, you know, respect like the good times they had with it and everything. And I felt like it was a bummer. And I felt like Mare needed like a good send off. You know what I mean? Like so many people used it, right? And for all of a sudden, it for to just be dead, you know, uh, I mean, this is going to sound stupid because considering it was against TOS, but I felt that it was unfair to Mare. And I know I understand how stupid that sounds. Okay. So maybe unfair is the wrong way to describe it. I feel like that it was, I feel like that it deserved a proper send off or whatever, you know, however you want to word it. But because
Yeah.
to just stop it, without any closure or anything like that. I feel like it was, you know, it could have it could have just been just a little better, I guess. So like you
Yeah.
know, I want to,
I
you know,
also,
again, I want to thank you for coming on and talking about it, man. And I know a lot of people are going to appreciate the information from basically the source. You know what I mean? Because there's, you know, like we talked about earlier, there's a lot, you know, there's some rumors and shit going around and stuff. And, you know, you squashed a lot of them. Some of the stuff you couldn't talk about, which is completely understandable. But yeah, I guess just thank you again for coming on, man.
no, thank you for having me for sure. If you don't mind, I would like to give a shout out to people
Oh,
a little
absolutely.
bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not sure who else is still listening, but I would like to give a shout out to my Discord server that are now the remains of the prior Mare friends that I made. I like to shout out all Dalamud devs, all plugin devs, everybody who is contributing to this game and makes it in a better place. Keep it going. It has been a pleasure to work with whoever I've been working during that time. And I really appreciate all I've learned and all the time I've spent with the people. Even though I was grumpy sometimes and it's sometimes difficult and it's sometimes people misinterpreted what I said, I was really grateful for everything and for the entire experience of Mara as well, even though it probably aged me like 20 years or something, I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, man. Well, damn.
Again, thank you. Thank you very much for having me, man. I hope I gave some closure to some people who have listened in and gave some information or not or whatever. And yeah,
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, man, I know I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Sucks what happened, but it's not all bad because this brought people together. It was a huge community thing. It affected a lot of people, and a lot of people had a lot of good experiences with this. So even though it's over, it it's not going to be forgotten, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, because people are going to
yeah,
remember. I mean, you know, you brought up some examples earlier. People are going to remember this. People, you know, a lot of people met significant others, friends, whatever, through this. So, like, even though it's over, the time wasn't wasted, in my opinion, and you made a lot of people happy, and that's a huge win because, you know, at the end of the day, nothing lasts forever, you know. So you got to take
that
it
is
for what it
true.
is. And you know, overall, a lot of people love this shit, man. So, you know, like, dude, I didn't even use it. Thank you. I didn't even use it, but thank you for giving so many
You're
people
welcome.
such a good experience, man.
You're welcome. I mean, I have to also thank the entire community for trusting me enough to use my service also. So thank you, whoever is listening in here. Thanks, chat and whatever, even if people are probably still having questions and whatnot. I hope I could. I hope I gave you a good time with what you had.
All right, man. Well, thanks a lot, man. And sucks we had to meet under these circumstances, but I guess it's just
It
it is what it
happens.
is, kind of thing. But yeah, man.
It happens.
Thanks again for coming on, and I'll talk to you later, man.
All right. Have a good evening. All right.
Yeah, you too. Peace.
Bye.
Damn. All right, man. Can we get some dicks out, dude? Salute, Floof. Get some Floof Nations. Floof Nation. Floof Nation. Dicks out, boys.